What's going on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms, Facebook? Welcome to another episode of the True Big Blue Podcast with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk and the Classified One, Classified 3F with Joe. What's going on, Joe?
Not
Uh,
much.
Thank you for everybody that's tuned in already. Shout out to Tommy.
Yep.
He says, glad y'all starting a live. Shit these other people doing just don't cut it. What's
They,
going on, Isaiah Wyatt? Thank you for tuning in, bro.
yep.
Now, there's been some fans expressing their concern about this Packers game. And so me and Joe were just talking before the stream. So I want to let Joe explain himself why he may be a little bit nervous about this Packers game coming up. And I think it's a valid point to be nervous, but go ahead. I think we pull it out, but go ahead, let the fans know.
Um, I got a so feeling. It's what so much is riding on Daniel Jones. He's had 4 games. He's improved every game, but there's got to be more. Um, it's so big, and I'm so nervous for the kid, and I'm excited for the kid. God, all he's got to do is drive him down and score, kick a field goal, get another touchdown, yada yada. And then this third quarter just opened her up. And it's like boom, boom, boom. Hey, he's our man. But we told you, but don't forget, everybody has a bad day. And again, it it's mercy law. Whatever happens bad to me usually happens twice over, something like that. Um, it, it's the joy, the pain, the suffering, the anguish. It's all rolled into one because this is a huge game. He could if he's got to win it to tie a lot of fans together and be on his side. I want to see him do it. He beat the 3-1 Packers. Oh my God, in London. Oh my God. He'll be the talk of the town. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. The headline. Instead, he's going to be on the second last stage. Can Daniel do it again? They're 3-2. He's shooting them. They were shooting him down. And yeah. I just hope it's the first half and not the second.
Okay. Shout out to One Tally. What's going on? He said Leonard looks good to go, but Ojolari still hurt. So pissed. I think
Yep.
the X-Man steps up and Tamon Fox steps up in his place. Remember, we played the first 2 games without Ojolari or Thibodeau, and we were just fine. So next man up in that position. I'm quietly impressed with our edge rush room this year. Wells, what's going on? NYG, what's going on? Hey, if you guys want to come in and chat with us, I put the link in the
Yep.
chat
Everybody's
for you guys. Big Fridge
cheering
says
behind
good.
and he's behind. I don't
He
want to.
says good thing y'all didn't sign Beasley. Yeah, he
No,
retired.
for his sake, not mine. It's his.
Yeah, one
Oh, sorry.
tally, one tally. He retired. One tally, Cole Beasley. So it's good we didn't sign him because he wound up retiring. Trina, what's going on, Miss Trina? Thank you for tuning in. Um, just to talk a little bit about this Packers London game. As you know, it'll be 8:30. I don't know if it's on Fox or NBC. I think it's on NBC and NFL Network. It'll be 8:30 a.m. my time. If you're on the East Coast, it'll be 9:30 a.m.
Yep.
Um, I'll be honest with you, Joe. I'm not nervous at all about this game. Reason why I'm not nervous at all is I believe this defensive line will handle their business against the Packers. And if you stop the Packers' run this year, it's kind of hard for those guys to score. They only really score on you when you have to worry about their run game and you bring it up your linebackers to stop Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. Now, have we been very good against the run this year? We played a bunch of running teams. We played the Titans as a running team, the Panthers as a running team, the Cowboys as a running team, and the Bears was a running team. I think we faced like three of the top run offenses in the league so far this year. And we did fairly well against all of them except the Cowboys. The Bears got a little bit of running, but the Panthers, all of their running came on that one run by McCaffrey towards the end of the game. Other than that, we shut him down as well. So I'm not too worried about this Packers game, man. As long as we handle business, stopping AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones, we got a hell of a shot to beat the Packers. And the only
Yep.
thing concern I have is the concern that we're going to have with the Giants going the rest of the season is the receiving core. Um, it's trending that Wandale Robinson may start. That would be good. He may be able to play against the Packers. That would be good. Um, I just think we're just going to have to keep opening it up to Slayton, and one of those deep passes is going to fall. Shout out to Wells. He says Packers are the only team to not play in London. Tudo over there is going to kick off. Let's go.
Yeah.
What's going on, Darren Gale? Says Big Blue Crew, stand up. Zaya Wyatt says, let's go Giants. You darn right, let's go Giants. Hey, AK,
Hey,
what's going on?
AK.
AK, hope all is well with you, bro. We doing good, man. Hope you're doing the same, AK. Super Taj, what's going on, Taj? Coach, what's
Gosh,
going on, Coach
coach.
Ed? Hope all is well with you guys.
Well,
But go ahead, Joe.
you look at it one way, and I look at it another.
Now, like, what's your biggest fear coming up with this Packers game? That's a
What
better
I
question.
said.
What's your biggest fear?
What I said. All that rolled up into one. The good, the bad, the ugly, the
I
impossible, the
mean,
insane,
what's your biggest fear with this Packers
what
team? What
could
do you think
happen,
this
what couldn't
Packers team?
happen. It's the could have and should have, but didn't, or coulda and shoulda and did. You got two roads, and it could be a matter of inches whether you're the talk of New York after 4 years of I grass and tantrums and everything, and all of a sudden you're the hero. It's gonna go like that, and it's a matter of inches. It's a matter of plays.
Yeah, I mean that's true with every game, Joe. But you're still not telling me what scares you
But
about this Packers
but
team.
but oh, you want. I'm scared about. I just scared about the game. Now you want to know about scared about the team?
Yeah, what about the Packers makes you nervous about this game? What about the Packers? Because what you're explaining, every guy thinks about that going into the game, but the Packers in general. What about the Packers makes you think that we
If
could
Leo, I'm
lose
not
this
too
game?
worried about my weakest link. I do. There is no problem with that front four that can handle a game running. Second down and 8. Mhm. They tried to gun seven down, third down and 6. Holy shit! Come on, defense, let's get off. And it's high. Yeah, good defense. That's what I want to hear.
Now, our third down defense has been a little shaky this year. Shout out to Bookend Tackles. What's going on? He says DJ moving well today. I'm getting ready to talk about
Yep.
that in a second. Giants Clown. He says, "What's the deal? Packers got Rashawn Gary and others that can rush the passer. I'm worried about Hobbled Jones." Okay. Davis Webb knows this system inside and out. I will let Jones rest until he's 100%. Wells says biggest fear Tudo running onto the pitch and rugby tackling Aaron Rodgers. Shout out to Tudo.
Yeah.
That is a fear. They piss Tudo
Oh,
off enough. Tudo will go out there and handle business. But
yeah.
uh talk about Daniel Jones for a second. Daniel Jones was shown at practice today. He was actually running very well and planting on his back on that ankle, throwing the ball pretty well. He was moving pretty well, and it's trending for him to play. Now, some people bring up a good point. I would rest him until he's 100%. Davis Webb knows this offense pretty well. He played pretty well in the preseason. Admit it was against twos and threes, but he knows the system. My question is, would you rest Daniel Jones and let uh, Davis Webb play if Daniel Jones is already showing that he may be good to go? He's running, and I mean, like, he's running. He's not limping. He's not showing a limp. He's running, and he says he's ready to go. But we all know Daniel Jones is going to say that regardless if he's hurt or not. And he
Well,
wanted to play last year with the neck. So what do you think about that, Joe?
I was thinking about the 17 for 54 on third down. I didn't expect you to ask me a question. Well, so what did you ask me again?
What do you think about the whole situation with Daniel Jones? Do you think that we should play him, or do you think we should sit
If
him?
the kid's good, he's good. Play him. But if the any sign of a hiccup, you're out. There's, I understand. He says he's okay, but if you're hurt and you lied to me and it gets worse, you will feel my wrath. I know you don't, but yeah, you do.
I mean, uh, I have to trust. I have to trust exactly what Daniel Jones have to say, but I do agree with you there. If he goes out on that field and he shows that he's limping a little bit or something like that, then yeah, I pull him out immediately. I pull, yeah, because like we can't afford to have Daniel Jones hurt. No matter how people trash him or not, Daniel Jones is one of the key factors to this team. So we can't lose him from it for an extended period of time because I do not trust Tyrod Taylor or Davis Webb to go in there and win us games throughout the season. But this is a good thing right here. Tommy says 17 for 54 on third down conversions is how we have been winning. Yeah, that was kind of crazy last week against Chicago where we gave up a 3rd and 20 and a 3rd and 10 and a
Yes.
3rd and 12. Normally we don't do that. Now, does Aaron Rodgers have the running ability of Justin Fields? No. So I'm not really scared about him taking off and getting first downs like that. Although he's shown that he can do that. But I think we get enough pressure where we can grab him before he can pick up 3rd and 10 and 3rd and 12 with his legs. But I am concerned if they let Aaron Rodgers get outside that pocket. Because if Aaron Rodgers gets outside that pocket, that's when it gets real dangerous. And that can really hurt us bad. But hey, if you guys want to come on, I put the link in the chat if you want to come on and chat with us for a little bit tonight. Not going to be too long of a show tonight, but I will put the link in the chat.
Yeah.
But our third down defense has been pretty good all year, so I don't see us giving up 3rd and 15s and 3rd and 12s and stuff too much in this game, unless Aaron Rodgers has one of those magical games. Now, if you are wanting to be concerned, is our secondary. Our secondary is vastly injured. Um, we're rolling with third and fourth stringers now at the second corner position. Monroe has been on the injury report with a foot, so we don't know if he's going to play. And if he doesn't play, that means somebody like Pinnock or somebody's going to have to play out there. So hopefully, Monroe, or however you say his last name, can play because Cordell Flott is still hurt, and Aaron Robinson just got put on IR, and
Yep.
he's been hurt for most of the year, so it's kind of crazy. Remote, thank you for tuning in. He says biggest factor is that Green Bay has inexperienced receivers that could help us. Yeah, they do. Trina, she says with all the injuries, who do you think he's going to put in the game? It's next man up, whoever's
Yep.
available.
Yep.
To be honest with you, is whoever's available, man. That's who
Right.
he's going to put in the game. Yeah, Monroe did ball out when he played, Tommy. That's how I hope that he's okay to go. Hopefully he's okay to go, man. But Joe. That's really the only concern I have with this Packers offense, to be honest with you. Aaron Rodgers, yes, he is Aaron Rodgers. He can do some amazing things, but he doesn't have Devontae Adams out there with him. And I promise you, if you stop their run game and make them one dimensional, it's going to be a serious problem out there. Because I'm not scared of Alan Lazard, Romeo Dobbs, and Randall Cobb. I'm not scared of those guys. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is real instinctive, Tommy. But uh, one of the questions I have, Joe, as we all know, Nick Gates had that scary injury last year
Yep.
against the Washington football team. But Nick Gates is actually practicing now without the red jersey. He's out there practicing. Neptune, that's up in the air right now. He did look good at practice today, so he may play. And if he
Yep.
does, that's going to help us out tremendously. Um, but what do you think about Nick Gates actually coming in, practicing, and actually wanting to play almost immediately? What do you think about that, Joe?
I love it. You got well enough that doctor's sign says you can do your old job back. You loved your old job. I would have loved your old job, but he held it for you. He's gonna look at you. The coach is the final say. The doctor can say I yes or no. If the doctor says yes, but the coach says no, you ain't playing. Not for this team. But so far, he's got the doctor said okay. Now it's up to the coach to put him in and say, all right, go ahead, go out there and be a guard, be a center, go go do your job. He's getting there. And I said, great.
What's up, NYG?
NYG was good.
Can you hear us, NYG?
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, bookend. Moreau did make some game changing plays, and he did save a TD to Dante Pettis on that wheel route. I'm hoping that he can play. Tommy, he says we have to play disciplined defense, seal the edges, don't let Rogers or Jones outside play gap assignments, jam the receivers at the line, get physical, only rush four and collapse the pocket. True. I
What's
mean, if
good,
we
y'all?
what's going on, NYG?
Good.
If we do that, I think we're pretty good. Wales, he says they have to travel farther than us. They never played in London. We are 2-0 in London. We have advantages going into this game. True. 12 and 13 personnel run heavy play action feed to the tight ends. Get Breida more touches. Line them up wide to give us another receiving option. I think they're gonna do that. Bookend says pray Nick Gates get back on the field. Jordan
Hey,
Singh, let me tell you something. This man, only what about Joe about 3 months ago, he
yeah.
had a stroke. So I appreciate you if you don't come on and say things like that. It's a lot stronger than a whole lot of
You
individuals
got
that
one
I
hand.
know.
See?
When you have a stroke, you have to get everything back. You have to be able to talk again. You have to be able to lift your hand again on one side. He's learning how to walk again. And guess what? For him to be at this state 3 months from where he was at, it's a miracle.
Well, but
So
on to next.
he says we got to run these three tight end sets because our receivers are garbage. Yeah, that's true, Taj. Our tight
Yep.
ends are not the best either, but at least they're reliable for the most part. Tanner did drop one pass last week, but for the most part, they're reliable. But NYG, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here, bro. What's good?
Yo, now Joe came out. I don't know if you saw earlier. He said he was a little bit nervous about the Packers game coming up. And so I just want your feelings about this Packers game coming up. What's going on, Deception? How,
Exception.
how you feel about this Packers game coming up, NYG?
Um, I was actually just getting into the film.
Hi,
I feel
Joey.
pretty good. I feel pretty good because what Wink's got to do is
Champ
he's
Plus
got to get
Boxing.
he's got to
God.
get these defenders to make sure that they playing discipline because you know Aaron Rodgers, he's very good against the
Fellas,
blitz. And that's the thing that Wink wants to do. He wants to blitz. But
Hey,
Rodgers, when I look at the big plays he's made, it's always been against
go
the
over to
blitz.
my channel and hit the like and subscribe in that,
So
man. You're cool with me. You always come out and you say that. You're a damn good person. Good luck to you, man. I could use all the help we can get because these guys are nuts. I said, there's no way you're gonna make 1,000. I'm holding strong.
You almost at what 430 now, Joe?
What?
Somewhere through there. I know you were past 400 not too long ago.
Yeah, just over 402.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get there. Lou, what's
Yep.
going on?
what's
NYG,
going on,
finish what you
fellas?
were saying, bro.
what's
He's
good, Lou?
wrong. Ain't no point. He's wrong. No, go ahead, bro. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, I figured you
Seriously?
were.
No, what's up, my
good,
guy?
bro? Man, nothing much, man.
Nah, go ahead.
Nah,
Continue, bro.
I was saying, Aaron Rodgers is good against the blitz, so we know Wink wants to blitz. So Wink has got to adjust his scheme a little bit here in this game. You know
Damn,
what
I
I'm
was just
saying?
playing, but you are wrong. Yo,
Go ahead, elaborate.
love you too. Nah, okay. So we know that Aaron Rodgers don't got no number one receiver no more. Their run
Alan
game,
Lazard is pretty good.
Lazard, but he's not a number one. I think Adoree Jackson can shut him down by himself. So then that leaves Dobbs as the other threat in the air.
You
So
got Randall Cobb too.
Randall Cobb,
He's
he's
still
he's
productive.
yeah. I mean
He's still catching passes.
he's slightly better than KG, but if you put
Slightly better than
Nah, he's way
KG.
better
Don't
than Kenny
disrespect that
Galladay.
man like that,
Randall
Lou.
Right.
Cobb, listen,
Man, come on.
I like Randall Cobb any other time of the season except when they're playing us. When they're playing us, it's fuck him with his old arthritis ass knees. Now, the wide receivers are not that much of a threat. Aaron Rodgers is the threat because he buys time with his feet. You need to spy him and not blitz. Drop back in coverage. Try to create pressure with your front four and just spy him and contain him and hope that your DBs can cover these guys who ain't number ones.
That's what I said. Don't
Yeah,
blitz.
that's what he said.
Oh, I thought he said blitz. My bad.
No,
No, I
it's
said
No.
Wink.
KJP.
I said
Damn.
Wink. What? I said Wink wants to blitz, but he can't in this game. He's got to rush forward.
KJP. Yeah, Big Blue in the Bronx. What's up?
What's
What's
going
good,
on,
Alex?
Alex? Get to
Yeah, I
this
just
chat
switched
real
out the
quick,
key.
fellas. Tommy, he says Marcus Johnson from UT would take advantage of his reps and produce if called upon. Maybe Marcus Kemp, another UT receiver, can give us good reps, but Marcus Johnson could give us good reps. Yes, he can. I think they need to just go ahead and stop BSing and take those people that aren't producing off the field. Like take Seals off the field. I know you might have a little thing for him, pause, but take Seals off the field and see what Marcus Johnson, Slayton, Richie James, and I think Wandale Robinson will play this week. He was looking pretty good in practice himself. So see what those guys can give you, and have Seals as the pinch hitter, just in case you want to run a 5 receiver set. Honestly, I would like Breida in the damn slot, other than in the slot, other
Yeah.
than Seals, but it is what it is. They know what they're doing. They're 3-1, so I'm not going to question what they do. Jordan Singh, thank you for tuning in. Hit that like and subscribe button for us. Yeah, I
Another
mean
thing
that's what
about
it is.
the Packers is they like to run
Oh, there's
the
some music.
outside zone with Dylan and with Aaron Jones. So that's another thing why we're gonna need a key guy for this game is gonna be Jahad Ward. Because nobody
Yeah,
sets the edge like Jahad Ward.
yeah,
I think this guy might be the best at the league at this. It's textbook with this
yeah.
cat.
Thibodeau needs to
So
sit with Jahad. Him and Ojulari need to sit with Jahad Ward and learn how to set that edge
yeah,
like he does. Because if they do that, they're
it's a wrap.
they're pretty much that's it. Because people are
Yeah.
actually scared of Kayvon Thibodeau already coming off the edge. When you look at that guy come off the edge, he has explosion coming off the edge, man.
And every time I
And
watch Ojulari, it seems like he's getting held for
he
real
is, he
because he's
is,
that explosive
Yep, he
right.
been getting held every time, and they don't be
every
calling
time.
it, bro.
All right, J Horb 74. Thank you for tuning in. Hit that like and subscribe button for us. He says we got a good chance against the Packers. I
We
also
damn sure
believe
do.
we
We're
have a
gonna
damn
win.
good chance against the Ravens too. Believe it or not, Dabo and Kafka have played them enough to know how to beat them offensively. True,
We're gonna beat them
Yeah.
and we got their defensive coordinator that they truly miss. The
because
Ravens.
we're
Crowd
winning
favorite media.
11
What's going on?
and 6.
And their
I feel
defense is horrible. The
you
Ravens
know
defense is
when
trash.
those two say we're gonna beat them down, that raises my level of hope by a lot. Those two right there, whatever they say, we got this. We got this.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
we'll
Wink
see.
knows how to beat them defensively.
And they
True.
usually they do. So I'm going with it. Don't
11 and
beat
6. Talk your shit, Joe. Tell them.
Yeah, my
Hey,
God.
now I was getting on Tommy not too long ago because he keeps saying the same damn thing. Run 12 or 13 personnel on offense and jam the receivers at the line. Get physical. That's
Yeah.
all Tommy loves to say. But I will have to admit,
He
I'm
right.
he was right. I will have to admit he was right. We ran that 12 or 13 personnel against the Bears the whole game and we won.
Yep. Yep.
Oh,
So he
Big
was
Dash
right.
in the building with the Yankees
Dash,
hat.
what's going on, Dash?
What's good, Dash?
Peasants, what's going on, fellas?
He says
Not bad.
everybody better than KG.
At this
JP,
point.
what's going on, JP? Yeah, at this point. Thank you for tuning in, JP. Hit that like and subscribe button for us. Alex, what's going on? You can come on if you want to, Alex. In-game adjustments is key. I think this coaching staff has been the best this year when it comes to in-game adjustments.
And working in the second halves and starting out with a plan, staying with it, sticking to it. And then they come in second, so the second half they have no idea what kind of difference they're facing. Touchdown! Have you noticed that? First, third quarter, number 10, don't get a touchdown. Yeah, okay. I know two you got that way.
Yeah, we came out and got a touchdown in the third quarter against the Panthers. Now, this past week, it actually flipped. We got two
Yeah.
touchdowns in the first half, but only got field goals in the second half.
Yeah.
So once they get this roster together, we'll start seeing touchdowns in both halves, and then, Lord have mercy, look out. But Dash, what's going on? Let me catch up the chat real quick, and I'm gonna get to you real quick, Dash.
No problem.
He says Rodgers hasn't been good against the blitz this year because he doesn't have the same connection with his young receivers yet. That's partially true, but I think he's like 77% when he's blitzed, completion percentage when he's blitzed. So that could be. I have to look at the actual film to see exactly what that 77% is. Is it like quick passes and they're getting tackled real quick, or is he eating people up? Those stats are, numbers can be played with when it comes to situations like that. Deception says, "Would Richie James play this week?" That's in the air. I think he has a ankle or a foot, one of them. So that's up in the air. He says, at this point, why not throw in Pimpleton? Because Pimpleton is not a receiver; he's a kick returner. You might see Pimpleton this week if Richie James can't go. Is Colin Johnson returning this season? Hell no. He tore his Achilles. He's done.
Yep.
Shin I, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in. Hope all is well with you, bro. I ain't seen you in a minute. They were triple teaming Thibodeau in that Bears game. That was weird, man. They were triple teaming that man. Not so bad for a fat guy, huh?
Oh yeah.
Kayvon Thibodeau. Lord have mercy. Tub of dough, or whatever you say he is. Westbrook. Oh, the NBA's getting ready to start up again, huh? Would you trade a first for DJ Moore?
Hell
Hell
no.
no. I'm giving the Panthers what everybody else got for their receivers, a fourth or a fifth round pick. You
Yep.
want to get rid of them? You give it to us for a fourth or a fifth round pick. I'm not giving you a first. Hell, damn, Devontae Adams didn't even get a first, did he? It was like a second.
No, he got second. Yep.
Hell no. Why would I give a first for DJ Moore? Give that man a fourth. All right, one game at a time. I love our chances in London. Let's go Big Blue, shock the world, and shut the haters up. True.
Yes.
If we can run the ball, we can keep Rodgers off the field. Yes, we can. So Dash, earlier we was asking, the panel, how do you feel going into this Packers game? Are you nervous or are you confident? How do you feel going into this Packers game, Big Dash?
I'm relaxed. I'm relaxed about this game. I don't think there's a lot of pressure on this game. I think it's more pressure on Green Bay than it is for the Giants because a lot of people are expecting the Giants to lose. So I think I like to use the phrase we playing with house money. If we go in there and do what we're supposed to do as far as stopping their two running backs and getting that pressure on Aaron Rodgers. And I forget who said it. The chemistry between Aaron Rodgers and his receivers aren't quite there yet. But at any given time, of course, it can happen because at the end of the day, it still is Aaron Rodgers. But I think if we keep the score low,
You know who
then we
said it.
can then we
You
can
ain't forgot
possibly
who said it. You know who said it.
then we could. I was just getting in. And then we could possibly win this game by a field goal, in my opinion, if we keep it low.
I think
That's
we're
where I'm
gonna
at.
shock everybody and shut Aaron Rodgers down because we're gonna
I
shut
hope
his
so.
receivers
But
down.
all that I'm gonna say was good to the panel. I didn't get a chance to say what's up before I hopped on, so it was good, fellas.
What's up, Dash?
Man, not much,
What's
Dash.
good, Dash?
It was good, man. Unpopular opinion.
Maintaining,
I
bro.
already know. I already know.
He lives up to his name, boy. I tell you.
Right.
Yeah,
Tommy
I
says
try.
number one red zone defense. We good. Yeah, we are the number one red zone defense in the league right now as far as stopping people from getting touchdowns. Believe it or not, we are. That's
I
helped
didn't
us
even know that. That's
win.
good.
Yeah, that's helped us win just about all our games. Only bad game we had was against the Cowboys, and we lost. So that tells you. Heavyweight champion of the world. He says, "Woo!
Woo!
G-Man are going to stomp them out, and Crybaby Rogers is going to poop his diapers, and DJ will throw 4 touchdowns. Super Bowl is going to pound. Saquon Barkley is going to pound and ground the rock, and we're going 4-1. Tell him, Dash. Woo!
Woo!
Facts. All
Number one
facts.
rushing team, championship football. Yes, we are the number one rushing team in the league as well. Thanks to DJ and Saquon. Jordan Singh, is Leo playing? It's trending upward. He was looking pretty good in
Yes.
practice, so I don't know if they're going to say just hold him out one more week and let him try against the Ravens, or if they
Put him
feel
on
they
pitch
need him
count.
enough, they put him in against the
Yeah.
Packers. He said AD stay hurt. Anthony Davis, yeah, he stay hurt. Man, that dude stay hurt. We need Wandale and Tony on the field ASAP. I'll be honest with you, it's up in the air with both those guys. Even when Tony was playing, I mean, he still ain't got a catch.
He was absent.
They got called back every time he got
Oh,
something.
Little
Right.
good
hammy.
easy.
Little
What's
hammy in
good,
the
man?
building.
What's going on,
Gosh.
Neezy? J. Orr says, "Do you
Easy.
see the Giants signing receiver, or do you think they wait?" I think they wait. There's no receiver out there that's really worth getting like that. Neezy, what's going on? Levance, what's going on? Big
Yo,
shout out to the
Levance.
live streamers and big shout out to the chat, yo.
Yeah.
Right, he does, and he beat me because of freaking. Oh God, I can't stand that dude.
Oh,
I
Kirk
lost
Okay.
to
Cousins.
a
Kirk
defense,
Cousins.
man. Yeah, Kirk Cousins trash. Yeah, I lost on the
Facts.
last
Well,
play of the
He
game.
facts.
got you.
The last play of the game. James Hollister, can we get a receiver? We can't win if we can't pass for 2 TDs a game. Well,
Oh,
that's
grab
not
T.O.
particularly true, bro. We're 3-1, and we haven't passed for 2 TDs in a game yet. Well, Panthers we did, and we won that game 19-16.
Yep.
Oh, that's one thing I want to talk about too. What the hell do you expect from this man, DJ?
Wait a minute. We won the last game without throwing a two touchdown game. He ran for those 2.
Yeah, like what, what,
Yeah.
what the hell do you expect from this guy with these receivers out here?
Man.
They expect him to turn water into wine. That's what they expect.
Listen,
the
hold
thing
on,
you
Because
hold
gotta
on, hold
DJ
on,
respect
hold on,
playing
about
hold on,
good.
fellas. Hold on, fellas. He said, "Can we get a wide receiver?" He didn't say nothing about DJ, fellas. Listen, he said, "Can we get a wide?"
And
I thought that was me. Oh,
I
that
thought
was
that was
That
me
was
Justin.
too.
me
Yeah,
too.
you always
no,
think it's you, don't
But
you?
I learned
I
long
agree
I
with
thought
you.
ago.
the same thing.
You got caught up in the matrix, Blue.
So I think we need to go get Terrell Owens' 48-year-old ass
Oh boy.
and put him on the
Oh
roster.
man,
And
No,
I guarantee you,
talk
Josh.
about
if
unpopular
one
opinions.
no, listen,
Yeah.
one or two things will happen. One or two things will happen. He will either embarrass one of these young ass boys and take a spot, or that will make them elevate their play because they feel so damn insulted that they about to get replaced by a senior citizen.
I would feel insulted. Me personally,
Yeah,
I would feel insulted.
yeah,
I
me
would
This
play
too.
is
my
how we
ass
feeling
off,
going into
and
week
I would
5.
play my ass off to not let the whole world see me lose my job to a senior citizen.
Right. Because
So
that man is a
I think you
grandfather.
bring T.O. ass in here who's still running 4-2, and if he
Poor two
steal a
my yeah,
spot,
boy, man ain't running no 4-2.
if he steal a spot on this roster, you throw him the damn ball because he gonna go catch it. You ain't gotta
How
like
we
his personality. You ain't gotta like me even thinking that. I feel crazy for thinking it, but it's a fucking fact. He's a better
we
receiver
talked
than
earlier
everybody
about
we have right now.
You don't watch too many of those
yeah,
videos, man.
yeah.
He was out there
We've
cooking them
been talking
Jackson State
about week
kids.
5.
At,
So
at
that's
48 years old, he's better than Kenny
earlier.
Galladay. He's better than David Seals, and I dare say, Lil Hammy at this point until Lil Hammy get back on the field
Well, I will say this: he's definitely better than Seals.
and KG.
Yeah, because KG can't get on the field, and KG hurt his knee, so he's not going to be on the field.
Yeah, that man's done.
Tommy for Tommy, he says,
T.O.
funny.
Go ahead,
Says
Pat.
funny you would think the undefeated so-called Super Bowl ready Sheagles would be the top red zone defense and top rushing team, but we are. So how they think they good? Andy Isabella, look, bro, I wouldn't sign that man if my life depended on it. Andy Isabella needs to go to the
Trash.
Patriots.
That,
He needs to go to the Patriots and be the next Wes Welker. That's where he'll be good at.
You know, I saw that I think it was a tweet by all those recently released guys. And the only guy on the list I would even look at is a depth chart guy is Corey Coleman. That's it.
Yeah, because he was a giant before, and he would be better than what Seals is. But
We
he's
know he can get separation at least.
right at least. He said, "Where the hell is Ricky Seals Jones?" That's a good
he ain't
question.
even on this team no more.
He
I
ain't on the
think.
team no more, but
Is
he
he
on
John?
always showed
Instagram.
up.
What,
He on Instagram. That's where he at.
what's up with John Ross?
He's on
Remember
IR with
his
the Ravens.
Is he?
Damn.
Damn. What happened to him? I didn't
We
even
let
What
him
know.
go.
always happens to him?
He's always on
Legs.
IR. Yeah.
Some
He got
soft
a
tissue
little hammy.
injuries.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident about this game going against the Packers, Neasy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
We're gonna beat the
He
Packers.
says we playing the Packers, bro. Yeah, y'all act like the Packers, and hey, let me show you y'all
They're not
super
even that
villain one
scary
time.
no more.
Y'all so scared of this man right here. It's ridiculous.
Fuck him.
Why y'all so
You
scared
know
of
who's
this
scared of
man?
Aaron Rodgers? And his own team. That's who's scared of Aaron Rodgers. This crybaby
I'm not
ass.
scared of Aaron Rodgers, man. Let's
Not
bring
one
bring
bit.
everybody on, bro. I
I'm
want
gonna
to see how
sack the
good this
beard
team
off
can
that
be.
man.
And in all honesty, I'm not scared of no team.
Me
All
either.
you gotta do,
We are going
is
to
rush with
sack
4.
the
That's it.
beard out of that man.
I
This gonna
think
be a
Kayvon gets his
Kayvon
first sack
Thibodeau.
this week. I
This
think he
gonna be a
gets his
Kayvon.
first.
I was gonna say, Dad. This gonna be a Kayvon Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence type game. They're gonna have to wreck that offensive line because the Packers' offensive line is
That
suspect.
line ain't good.
You know what I'm
either.
saying? For real, they suspect as hell.
Girl,
So
don't get you. What you want?
I mean, Bakhtiari is back, but
yeah,
he's not
that's
looking.
what's
He's not looking like the old
Bang,
Bakhtiari.
Bakhtiari can never stay healthy.
exactly.
That's what I'm
I
saying
was
right
All
now.
right, let me, hey guys, let me catch up this chat real quick. I'm pretty far behind now. Bookend tackles. He says our coach's game plan to who we are playing is working so far. True, that's what a real coach does.
Bang,
You're
bang,
gonna run the
bang,
same
bang,
game
bang,
plan the whole time.
12,
Big
13
Fridge
personnel.
says the Big Fridge says that man Bobby was out cold last night. Yeah, Bobby was knocked out last night. Man, that was
Profile
funny.
picture.
Hey, yo, that was funny as shit, yo.
He says
Wait, what happened?
Mahomes. Man, Bobby fell asleep on the stream last night. That shit was funny as hell.
Bobby who?
Uh,
Oh, Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, with the Yankees.
Yeah.
I gotta
oh,
watch.
Babe Ruth.
man.
I gotta watch
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Tommy for
hilarious.
Check that
Tommy.
out.
Tommy for Tommy says Mahomes looked like Neo in the Matrix with that spin pass. Yeah, that was nice, man. That was definitely nice. Will says T.O. shit, bring Chad too.
Yeah,
Fact. Yeah, Chad
Might as
gonna headbutt
well.
everybody.
he
Gotta
can
watch
run.
Chad.
Right.
He gonna
Good
headbutt
catch.
somebody.
Shadow to
He says
finger.
last week with the weather and the Bears' defensive weakness, the plan was to run, run, run. Yeah, I mean that was the plan. He says,
Yep.
"Thank you. You think we winning just by running Barkley down?
Nope.
No, we're not going to win
No
like that.
way.
But
Mm-mm.
they have a different game plan for every week, bro. They haven't had the same game plan every week because week 3 against the Cowboys, he didn't run that much and shit. He only had like 11 carries in the first half of the first 3 games. So we really haven't been running them that much.
Hey,
He's
you know
just been
what?
breaking large runs.
I got a question for James Hollister. When something is working, why would you go away from it? I understand that you don't want him to be, to run the ball as much as he does, but if it's working, why mess with it?
Right,
That's it.
right. Is there a certain agenda behind that? I don't know. I'm just playing with you, James. White Lotus, he says London games are a bit whack. You never know. Yeah, any team can win in those London games because the
Especially if it's
Dolphins
raining.
almost
Lotus.
beat us.
Shout
Anybody
out
know
to
the
White
forecast?
Lotus in the building, yo. Hit us with the old school Fox Channel 5 Saturday Kung Fu movies.
Right.
They don't know nothing about that.
Right.
bless.
They don't know nothing about that. Them
Oh,
kung
Dude
fu
with the
yeah,
white
movies.
beard, he used to be able to throw his beard out there and grab you with it and shit. That shit used to be cold.
Yeah.
James
Fox
Hollister,
Channel 5.
he says we can win, but we need offense to show something. Anyone agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah, the offense does need to show something, but
Absolutely.
we need to have some players to show
We
something.
need to have some fucking receivers.
Right.
Yeah.
He says, I don't think I feel as comfortable
T.O.,
going into these next
T.O.
two games as I was for the first 4. I mean, you
Absolutely.
shouldn't
I
be.
mean-
They're 2 better teams, but I still feel confident.
T.O. T.O.
Man, ain't
T.O.
nobody signing
No.
T.O., man.
No.
At least we got a tight end that can block. True. Yeah, T.Y. Hilton is still out there, but shit, he's one play away
I think
from
they
being
said
hurt.
Hudson was like
I
one of the
take
number
T.O.
one.
over T.Y.
Yeah.
Hudson was one of the number one tight ends as far as blocking is concerned.
Man, I was so mad
Mhm.
about
Pause.
Hudson, man.
Pause.
I'm glad he's doing good.
Did you say you think KO over KY?
No, I did not, you dirty perv. I said I take T.O. over T.Y.
Oh boy.
He said he was
Remember, I
healthy.
went there one day. Went to go to
Who's he talking
that's
about?
what
Talking about
KY
Bakhtiari?
did, right? Oh, very good, Kim.
That's the thing,
Yes,
you can never tell.
KY, right?
He's talking about
Yeah.
Bakhtiari, James.
No, he's talking about Barkley.
Oh,
I guess he's saying he wants to keep Barkley healthy. Play Slayton more, yes. I said Kenny
I
Stills
agree.
not too long ago. If
Yeah.
Kenny Stills is healthy, he's better than anything we have on the field right now.
He damn sure
For
better
sure.
than David Seals the fifth. That's for fucking sure.
David Sills.
He says he put a good move on that
Facts.
DB and that pass interference. Yeah, he did. He should have caught the ball, but he still got us down the field. Hollister, he says, I think we are a team can win a lot if the offense develops some type of throw game. That is true, but you have to have the receivers out there. What are you going to develop
Yeah.
a throwing game to?
But
Who's he going
also,
to throw it to?
all
Who he
right,
gonna
now he
throw
has
it
to
to?
throw to. So they got in a cover 2, and they got 5, 6 up front, maybe. Then they got the backfield and the hut, and boom, he get 10 yards. Boom, he gets 5 yards. Hey, we got to change it now. Now I bring that down to 8, then we'll have a line come down. Now these men are in one-on-one, every of them.
hell
One
yeah.
of them's got to get open.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
that's
haven't
the
been
game
doing
plan.
that.
That's
They haven't been
the
doing that.
plan. But they haven't needed to.
That's right,
Go ahead and
Big
talk,
L.
Joel.
139th and Lennox. Rest in peace to the real Big L as well, man. He said we're gonna sack Rogers' ass. Pause.
Like,
But yes, we are.
I'm just saying, it's just that's what you want to do as a coach. That's a perfect game plan. First, the second down, first, second, short third, boom.
I
Quick
say
little
this, man.
pass.
I say this every time we go into these games. you still don't know what to expect because Kafka is still learning his team. I say it all the time.
Yep.
We're going to see
Yeah,
Yo,
that's
something
what I was
new
gonna say.
every week. We're going to see something new
Will's
every week because
crazy.
he's still trying out plays, man. I'm
Yep.
loving what he's doing with these tight ends. That one rollout play with the double outs or whatever that is that he runs, and he has the option of throwing to either one. I think that's a fantastic play. And he came back to it in the Chicago game. So I think this game, we're going to see something new again. I just hope, and it looked good when I saw those clips of Daniel Jones today. I was shocked to see him rolling out and looking like he can move a little
Yeah,
bit.
he was
What I
running.
wanted to do,
He was running. He
here's
was
my deal:
literally running.
pack his
Ellison
Probably
ass up for the
wasn't.
Smith
rest
is
of the
on
week.
IR. Yeah.
Pack him up for
Yeah,
the rest of the week. That's what I say. We saw that he can run a little bit. Go ahead and put him in the boot for the rest of the week
Yep.
and let him
Coach
heal up.
says. Coach says, "Fear no
Shout out
one,
to
respect
Coach.
all." Simple.
Facts.
That's a fact.
facts,
We
man.
ain't
Shout out
scared.
to
He's just
coach.
an MVP who doesn't make any mistakes.
Watch this. Watch the first couple of
Aaron
games.
Rodgers doesn't make any mistakes, then he will have
Many.
way more
He
than
said
one
many.
ring, James.
He said
Who
many.
doesn't make many? Oh, I thought it said many mistakes. Yeah, until he gets to the NFC Championship game at home. It's ridiculous. It's the dumbest stuff
Wills.
I've ever seen in my life.
Wills is
Will
crazy.
says the traveling could very well affect the Packers. It's new territory to them. We've done this before. We are accustomed to it. Let's go.
No,
Aaron
not that
Rodgers
one.
actually in the last
Not
game
that
had a
one.
pick six, so he does make mistakes. Had a pick six in the last game.
Yep.
Wills had a
So
question. He said, "Do you guys think we signed Roadhead, aka OBJ?" Oh shit!
Yeah,
Oh my God.
we're gonna have to get to Rodgers and sack him.
My man
That's a
got a
good
little penny
question. He
profile
says
picture.
Slayton
Wills,
opens up the offense easily. I would just have him run sprints down the field. I would have him run slants and everything too. You got to use Slayton, bro. Like
he can run
everybody just
different
think he's
routes.
this one trick pony.
Right.
He's not a one trick pony. That dude was running all over the field, catching slants, catching drags. Like use the man,
Taking it to the house too.
Facts.
right?
People
Wells is
forget, man.
retarded.
Let me tell you something. Those Joe Judge years were so bad that people forgot. People forgot.
no.
Yeah.
Listen to this shit.
He
You
was
know that
truly
they were
horrible.
talking about they were talking about bringing Jake Fromm back in the building.
Well, they
A
Yeah,
had
little bit.
Fromm and they had Lewarky in the building for a
Yeah,
tryout.
Lewarke
yeah.
That's only
and
because
AJ
that's only
McCarron.
because they was familiar with the Bills and Dable's system. I
Yeah.
Right.
think all three of those guys at
Yo,
some point was
if
connected to
they
the Bills.
if they'd have paid Fromm a penny to bring him back in this motherfucker, I'd have said blow it up. Get rid of Shannon Davis.
Wow.
Yo, real shit. If they'd have brought that motherfucker back into a giant uniform, I'd have became a Bills fan today.
But
Who?
Lou,
Oh,
but Lou,
Bro, he would have
they
been the
that's
third. He would have
they
been the
needed to dress
third
somebody.
third quarterback.
They needed to dress somebody. So
Right.
even if
I
you got to
don't give
dress
a
Tyrod
somebody.
Taylor and Daniel
I would
Jones
take
couldn't go. They would have needed
I would
somebody.
take Tim
Tyrod
Tebow in
Taylor
this
won't make
bitch
the
before I
flight.
take Jake Fromm.
And
You
who
gotta
knows? Jake
fucking
Fromm
kidding
could
me.
probably play better in this system. Remember, that was Joe Judge's system. He was getting everybody killed.
man, good point.
Fuck around and put Jake Fromm in his system, he might throw a
Might
touchdown.
look
You never
like
know.
something.
Chris Ram, thank you for tuning in. Hit that like and subscribe button for us, bro. He says, what happened to Ellerson Smith? What always happens to Ellerson Smith? He's on injury reserve.
He in the tub.
Yeah,
And he got drafted on injured reserve.
He
right.
sure did.
Yeah, sluggo for Slayton all
He
day.
was rehabbing when he got drafted. That's a
Yep.
fact.
You got to have enough time for that sluggo route.
Yeah, Jalen Smith and Tay Crowder might be a pretty good tandem at that middle linebacker position. Hey, shout out to the 61 in the chat. Thank you.
Ooh, yeah.
That's what's up.
The guy you got to watch for in the Packers is Rashawn Gary, and he lines up on the right tackle a lot. And so what you got to understand is that Evan Neal, you got to be careful. You
Reek.
can't leave him on the island.
Is
You know
Gary a
what I'm saying?
power guy?
You're gonna have to give
Yeah.
him, huh?
He's a
No,
power
that's
guy.
it.
He has a
He's
little
a
bit of
power
speed
guy.
to
Yeah.
him too.
He has some speed too, though. He's good technique. Has very good technique. You know what I'm saying? And he likes the outside edge, like that outside edge. You know what I'm saying? I can't if coach
Like the wide
coach
nine or something?
the wide, yeah, he likes it. He likes
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, that position. You know what I'm saying? So Evan Neal's got to be careful.
Eric
And they-
Johnson. He said, I want our team to go Pie May on them White Lotus.
Right.
You
But
know
yeah,
what Pie
Evan
May
Neal's
was?
got to be careful on the outside with Rashawn
Like
Gary
you.
because he
How
does
could-
like
how
that
could
right.
you not catch that?
I'm hoping that he just uses his feet, and if Gary likes to go outside, just guide him out there and let whoever the quarterback is step up.
Yep.
Jaime was the Asian dude on Kill Bill who taught Bill and taught old girl.
With the gray beard.
Oh
Yeah, he was taking their eyes out.
yeah. Okay.
He was taking
I
people's
got
eyes
you.
out.
With the crane
Yeah.
Yeah. He says Rodgers is elite. Having a bad start, so let's see what he's gonna do. Yeah, all quarterbacks have a bad start every now and then. Franchise.
Also-
He said, "Yo, what's good, gentlemen? This is Slay. I changed my name." Oh Lord. What the hell were you thinking changing your name to
I
franchise?
was just about to say you picked a bad name, motherfucker, because you ain't gonna be the franchise. You ain't gonna be the face of the franchise, the
What
NFC
does that
East,
even
the
mean?
NFC, nothing. He bootlegged that shit off one of them ships he hijacked in the
Man,
Somalian
Big
pirate
Play
ass.
Slay was the perfect name. You an Eagles fan? Slay, Big Play Slay? That was perfect. Why'd you change your name, bro? I'm dead serious. That's stupid.
Oh, that's Big Play Slay.
Yeah,
And
why'd you change your name, Slay?
And you already have a brand as
Franchise?
It was
BPS.
hey Martin, tell him somebody done told you wrong.
Wrong.
Right.
Yeah, that's that ego.
No,
That Eagles ego.
Even better,
getting
Dash.
in the
Even
way.
better, Dash. You gotta hit him with the don't you know no good.
Right.
Don't you know no good.
Oh my God.
You gotta change that back, man. He done got a logo and everything.
Yeah. Man, that is.
You
know
can't
what?
be
Do what you
changing up
do,
your
man.
shit mid-brand, sir. You've already branded
Franchise.
your never mind.
Right.
Right.
One
Just a
tally.
plan,
He
man.
says, I've been hearing Packers have two stud running backs in A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones. Yes, they are pretty good. And with Rodgers' arm to thread the needle is what concerns me. Yeah, that should concern you no matter what team you are, but
It is not better,
I'm not
sir.
afraid of it.
Whoever told you that shit lied to you.
Contain the outside edge, man.
Yep.
Those guys like the
Right.
outside.
Yep.
Right. And everybody's going to attack us that way until we consistently prove that we can stop it, because we gave up a little bit to the Bears on those outside runs as
You
well.
see you
Yep.
see Fat Man set an edge last week.
Yeah. Fat Man doing his job,
Fat
man.
Man doing his
from my
thing.
hometown, Plainfield, New
I think-
Jersey, but fuck his bitch ass this week.
Who from
Damn.
Plainfield?
Facts, coach.
Who
You
from
talking
Plainfield?
about Rashawn Gary?
Rashawn Gary. Deception says, I think we
That
just
was
need
my
to score
rivals,
more
man.
points.
That was my
This
rival
is
high
funny.
school.
He said, I think we just need to score more points than the other team this week. If we can do that, then there's a good chance we fly back with a dub.
I had one of my best game fans in Plainfield.
Gary from my hometown, Plainfield, New Jersey. Damn, fuck his bitch ass this week.
I had one hey coach, I had one of my best games against y'all in high school, man. For sure.
He says, Slay, now when you search up franchise, your channel ain't the first thing that pops up. Right.
Yeah.
That's true, man.
He's saying Hurts is a franchise QB. He may be. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. He may be the Eagles franchise QB.
You know what's crazy
going
about that
forward.
too, though? Because before this season started, they was ready to run him up out of there.
Yeah, they was ready to run him out there during the draft.
They was ready to run him up out of there, and now
But you
'cause
put some
everybody-
weapons around him, he looks a lot better.
And you know what's
Now
crazy?
he's the franchise, right?
and then the bad thing about it is they got 3 picks still next year, right? 3 of them, 3 first round picks,
First
right?
rounders, yeah.
They
Man,
still
gonna
no.
go-
I thought they only got 2 first rounders.
Is it
this
just
year
2 now?
coming up. Yeah, it's just 2.
Just 2, but still,
But that
they can
pick,
build the
I
hell
think
out that
is it the Texans pick? Whose pick is it?
The Saints.
And the
Is it the
Saints are
Saints?
bad. The Saints got like the number 4 pick, so they got like the number 4 pick. So man, the Eagles can stack up, man.
They fuck around and get Will
I
Anderson.
still don't give a
or
fuck
somebody.
about them.
I can't stand the
Nah,
Eagles, man.
they
Me
overhyped, man.
Tommy for Tommy, he says using both running backs in the backfield, put one in motion, get the other one, get them open in space. True. He said it'll soon come up, Big Fridge. Pause. Shields. Reek, what's going on, Reek? He says Dash needs to change his name to Digital Dashboard for Don Manion.
I don't even know what
Okay.
that means. What does that mean, Rick?
Me either. I don't know. He said, nah, Slay, when you search franchise, so many other things pop up. Pause. Collapse the pocket, get him off his spot. That's what they're gonna do, have to do. He says, no one afraid of Rodgers. Laugh out loud. He just ain't Tannehill, Field, Rush, or Mayfield. True.
Absolutely. This is a good test for us, man. It's a great test for us.
Roy Williams, shout out to Roy Williams in the chat. Hit that like and subscribe button for us. He said, any of y'all from the Bronx? Well, Super Taj is. He's not on the panel right now, but Super Taj is from the Bronx.
And you from Brooklyn, right? Unpopular.
Yeah,
Okay.
best style. Do or die,
Oh
baby.
wow. Okay.
Which fast food chain has the best fries?
The
Shut
line
up,
with a
Rick.
718.
But it is
Go.
Five
118
Guys. It's not
facts.
like
There it is.
Wendy's.
Five Guys. Hell no.
Yeah, they got the best French fries.
Hell
Who
no,
got the
Joe.
best fries?
He said
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Ain't no way.
Wendy's got the
Yeah.
worst.
They got the best.
Man, look.
Wendy's
I'll
fries
tell
was
you,
the best in like in the 90s probably.
man,
No,
Wendy's nuggets and fries were good when I worked there when I was in high
Yeah,
school.
Wendy's was the first one that had them. Well, no, 'cause McDonald's always
They
had
yeah,
nuggets.
but they took the whole potato and they sliced that up, and that's better.
So
Man,
they
those
got the
fries are
healthiest
terrible.
French fry. That's what it is. The
Yeah,
healthiest.
the Wendy's French fries, you can sit down and eat.
Hey! Enough of the damn fries.
Okay.
All right. One tally says I give an arm and a leg to see Ojulari, Thibodeau, Dexter, and Leonard on the field for the first time. True, because when Thibodeau Ojulari came back, Leo got hurt.
Oh, Jalari looked like he might not play.
Yeah, he's not.
Calf cutting.
He
cutting
hurt his
up on.
he hurt his other calf now.
Oh, it's the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, I just assumed it was the
Jimenez
same
and
one.
Ward have played amazingly in the first game so far. Yeah, that's why I'm not worried about Ojulari being out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, bubble
Next
wrap
man
him,
up. Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
too. They talking franchises now.
It took Packers 60 snaps to take out backup QBs. Hey, it happens like that sometimes. Sometimes those backup QBs come in and they start balling for some reason.
Yeah. Oh, Joe,
It's really the Packers running game. That's the key.
Drop the Wendy's.
not Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, well, that's in a little bit. Yeah, you gave it away.
He said
French
football and
fries,
French fries. Great
football.
combination. Yo.
Hey, don't the hits work go together, okay? You got your French fries over here. You got the fandom over here. The players are doing whatever out there, and I'm just fucking standing around going, "Yep, I made it, Mom. I made it. Woo, the player struck them at me. Jesus Christ Almighty! Mom ain't got no shirt on. Mom, now she got no pants.
Hey, Joe, we're going to need you to stop smoking that mannequin. I hear it in the background.
I'll tell you.
Political Music TV, thank you for tuning in. He said, yo, peace to the gods. Well, I don't consider myself a god, but thank you, bro.
Peace.
Hit that like and subscribe button for us. But
Yes.
I'm going to let the two guys at the bottom of the panel pause. There's been a report that Wan'Dale Robinson and Kadarius Toney are trending upward to play. Do you think that a receiving core of Slayton, Wan'Dale Robinson, Kadarius Toney, and Seals can get this offense jump started against the Packers, and maybe we can get that magical number everybody's talking about, 250 yards passing with 2 touchdowns? It's like that's the mark for everybody. Like every quarterback is just throwing for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns every
That's
game.
not true.
Nowhere's near true, but I want you guys' opinion on that. Lou, you can jump in if you want to, if you're still there. But Dash and Unpopular, what y'all think about that group of receivers with our tight ends? What do you think about that?
First thing I'd like to say is, yo, it's the Beast Gods. Yeah, Political Music TV. Hey, okay in my book.
What you think about that, Dash?
Now, I think a healthy Kadarius Toney with Slayton alone, not even Wan'Dale Robinson, is enough to get you over the hump, because we already know Kadarius Toney can get separation in almost any route except for like deep. He don't get deep like that. Pause. But I think those two as your 1 and 2 punch can definitely give you the kind of boost the offense needs in the passing game. And then when you add in Wan'Dale Robinson, but Richie James might not be playing though, right? Is that what's going on?
It's trending downward. I think he hurt his
Okay.
foot or something.
Yeah. So and then you add Wandale Robinson as your gadget guy, and then David Sills out there helping you in the blocking game. You might be all right.
He
You might
said
be all right. I
Seals
like that.
helping in the blocking
The
game.
Helping
blocking
in the
game.
blocking game. Let him go
That's
downfield and
all he
block.
got to offer, right? Like
Right.
seriously, that
Yeah.
dude is man. We
Hey,
tried to tell you, me and Pat, Big Pat,
oh, I
No,
tried
man.
to tell him a
y'all
long
was on it.
time ago.
Y'all was on it, man.
Hey,
Y'all was
shout
on it.
Yeah,
out
man.
to James Peralta. I hope I'm saying that right. James Peralta. Hit that
Peralta.
like and subscribe button for us. He says Tony alone is worth 50 to 75 yards a game.
I think
Yeah, if
so.
he knows what he's doing.
I think
He
so.
said replace
Hey
David
Pat.
Seals with Kenny Stills, and we got it. True.
Hey Pat. He has to know by now what he's doing, right? Kadarius Tony. There's no way in hell he don't know what he's doing, right? Is that got to be impossible?
I think he knows what he's doing on those routes. I just don't think he knows what his hamstrings are. Like, man, he has the worst hamstrings in NFL history. Like, good Lord,
Can you get a hamstring transplant?
I don't know if I'm buying
if
the
you can.
hamstring thing. I
Hey,
don't know,
look,
man.
I've seen people come off torn Achilles faster than him coming back from a hamstring, and I'm not lying because Sterling Shepard came back before
Right,
before
that's what
him
I'm
Wow.
saying.
with a torn
I'm
Achilles.
not
But
buying
let me
that.
read this chat real quick. He says, "Timing for time." He says, "Lionheart, Leo, Kung Fu Panda, Dex, Worth the with the Ninja Turtles, Simmons, Ward, Aziz, Tip, and our killer bees, Jackson, Holmes, Love, Belton, Morrow, McKinney, and Crowder, Baby Hope, and Smith, Baby Thor. We good. Yeah, I think we're pretty good on defense.
Well, Love won't play, right?
Anthony Sperber. That's a weird pick, but thank you for tuning in. Hit that like and subscribe button for us. That is a weird pick.
He got a
Can
guy looking over his
Nick Gates
shoulder.
take the starter center spot? Yes, he can. If he's
Yep.
healthy, he will. I promise you, he will. Tally says for sure, Kadarius and Wandale together would be lethal. Pure quick draw McGraw. True. Political. He says no, but we may need to use our tight end core this game more though. We're gonna have to.
We keep using them
Damn,
too, more and more
damn.
this
Eric
year.
Seabrook. He says fuck the Packers. Talk about my main man, Lieutenant Dan, with the master plan. 3-1. Let's go. Hey, Jesus, thank you for tuning in. Hey, Jesus, hope all is well, bro. He says, what's up, y'all? You already know we're going to take this dub, and all y'all hit the like button. True. Vinny says, I
Biddy.
miss when men play
Vinny.
like man. At least DJ plays hurt. These dudes are beyond ridiculous. Hey, look. Yeah, Tony is just hurt all the damn time. He says, Joel, if you're American, when you go in the when you go in the bathroom in America, when you come out, what are you in the bathroom?
European. Haha.
Yeah, you know that joke.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
He moves like a cat. Yeah, he does. But he can't bounce back up like a cat when he falls. He gets hurt.
That man needs some
James
live.
Hollister, he says Slayton Robinson, Tony, Kenny G, and David David Steals equal Kenny Steals. Oh, okay. Football, French fries, and Big Pat Sports Talk. The perfect day, yo.
Perfect day.
True.
Yep.
Durant, what's going on? He says, well, OBJ did have hammy issues his rookie season. He did, but at least he came back week 5.
Hey,
Yep.
And this
what
ain't Tony
happens?
rookie season.
What about deja vu? Come back week 5 and go off.
Man, that man been here a year already. That was OBJ.
That's what I'm
rookie year.
saying. It ain't no rookie.
Hey, Chat 69. About time you showed your face, brother.
Yeah.
That's how
See
you know
ya.
you just
Taj
popping
must
right
have
now.
already got you. Jake, thank you for tuning in. Jake, he says Tibbs looked a lot better last week. Hopefully he can keep building on that. I think
Yep.
he will, bro. And all the jokes about him
Yeah.
being a fat boy, I promise you, when he gets a full off season, that dude's gonna be a problem. I can already see it. That
Yeah.
dude's gonna be an official problem. Look how fast he's getting off the
He's gonna
line right
come back
now.
like
And people saying
Ojulari.
he
You
out
know
of
what I'm
shape.
saying?
Yeah.
He's
Because I
gonna be
think
way better than
Ojulari.
Ojulari. He's gonna be
I
way
know.
better
That's
than
what I'm saying.
Ojulari.
He's gonna
Yeah.
be like a souped up Ojulari.
Once
You
he
know what I'm
stops
saying?
skipping leg day, yeah,
When he get into that weight room and get a
Yeah,
full
that's
off-season
the
that's a
training
thing.
fact.
program,
He's gonna be a
that dude's gonna be a monster.
Yeah.
problem.
Tommy for Tommy says, do we use the Wildcat more in situational play calling? I think we should use it more when we get in the red zone.
Yeah.
Mm.
I like
Especially if
Barkley and
Tony's
Breida.
on the field. I'll put Tony back there with Barkley and Breida beside him.
Or with Robinson if he's healthy.
Yeah, or with Robinson beside him, and give him a read pass option because Tony can throw that ball. Pause.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tanner Hudson, Derard Osman. I think he's our best tight end. I like Bellinger a lot, but as far as receiving, I think Tanner Hudson's our best tight end.
And he's
Yeah,
like
he's
one of the
surprising.
top blocking tight ends in the game right now.
I was mad when we first got him too, because he kicked my man Austin Allen to the practice squad. But it is what it is. He's playing well.
That's a good question, James Hollister. I forgot about Hakeem Butler is still out there, but he's skinny as shit. But a receiving tight end, yeah. Y'all remember Hakeem Butler? I think he played for was it Arizona? No, it was Iowa State. 6'7", tall ass receiver when he came out and moved to tight end.
I don't remember
Yeah,
that guy.
Yeah, I don't.
yeah. Look him up. That dude was a monster. We did win the Super Bowl when we started 3-1. Yeah, we did. Why is everyone getting so hype about us slashing this big receiver in one? We got no damn money. I'll take all of them. Money talks. Yeah, we have no money to get a receiver in one, so somebody's gonna have to step up. Plain and simple.
So Dad said we ain't got no bread.
No
We
bread,
don't.
man.
We ain't got no bread. Miz, what's going on? Miz, you want to pop on? I'll put the link in the chat for you. But I'll get ready to take a break, so you better come on now, or you be sitting in the back room for a little bit.
Yeah, how
But
do you pronounce
NYG, huh?
his first name? We know how to
I
pronounce
don't
it.
even know.
I'm
Stevie?
curious.
I don't
wanna
know.
see-
Stevie?
Watch it be
Miz.
something.
Stevie?
Watch it be something totally different.
Ms.
What?
Right.
Hot.
Watch his name be like Todd or something.
It's Ms. Oh, damn, I can't do
I
it
know it's
now.
Mizrahi.
Mizrahi.
Yeah, Mizrahi.
Ms.
That's a famous last name.
Yeah, he was trash with Arizona, but a receiving tight end, we do need that as well. But who knows? Yeah, that was a good video you did today, Dash. That was a good video.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
shout out to you.
it. I appreciate it.
One tally, he says, call me crazy, but I strongly believe Ojulari can be just as good as Micah, and also believe Thibodeau is not far behind. Now, Ojulari is going to be very good. I think Micah Parsons has a totally different skill set than most. I think Micah Parsons, once people get used to his speed, because they're still not used to his speed yet, once they get used to his speed, he's going to have to develop something else. Because he can phase out real quick if everybody starts getting that first step of his down pat. Because with his speed and strength combination right now, people are still trying to get used to his speed and still not judging his strength. But you see when Andrew Thomas got just enough kickback to get out there with your speed and got way more strength than he does, and he was putting Parsons on his ass. So, and Parsons didn't have Parsons didn't have another move to counteract Thomas's strength. So we'll see what Parsons. I want to see what Parsons is year 4, year 3, year 4. I still think he's going to be a phenomenal player, but let's see what he is around year 3, year 4. That's when you're going to see the true Parsons come out. Either he's going to turn into an absolute monster, or he's going to fizzle down a little bit because people are going to start getting used to his speed. The game always evolves. He got the work ethic for real. But he's going to have to develop another move in this league because Von Miller was like that. And 1 year, he started to tail off until he developed that spin move and he developed more bend at the edge. And that dude's been a monster ever since because he's already low to the ground. And then he's bending up. Damn, bending like that. It's hard to block him. But
yeah.
I remember week 1. Remember week 1? Von Miller, that shoulder dip for the sack?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Von Miller's a monster, bro.
Nasty.
And he's been shutting a lot of people down, though.
Film you did. Yeah, I'm actually going to be doing that Friday, Tommy. Everybody steals my style now. Everybody wants to do all 22 field reviews on their channel now.
I'm glad you saw it. I'm glad you saw it.
It's weird, but
I kid you not, Pat. I was gonna message you. I was like, instead of Friday, you got to move it up in a week. You got to move it up in a week because by the time we get to Friday, and nobody does it like this channel does it. I'll say that, and especially actually, my man Coach Ed and Unpopular, they very, 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 very good. They're very good.
Yeah, I got something cooking too, man.
Yeah,
for real Friday, on the Packers.
I was like, because when I sat in with y'all on last Friday, I was like, man, this is probably like the fourth stream I saw watching tape. But when I'm sitting in here with y'all, and it's just a certain type of vibe when y'all be breaking down film, man, that it just feel different. And but I was like, man, you need a little early in the week, man.
Man,
Man,
listen.
Yeah.
a little early in the week, man.
They've been biting off of Pat and me and Joe for the longest, bro. And I ain't even gonna lie. I've been trying to be quiet about it, and I try not to come on the streams and say nothing. But since y'all open the door, I'm gonna kick
Nah, you
that
see
bitch the
it.
rest
You
of the
can see
way
it,
open.
man.
These is the most biting, non-creative motherfuckers I've ever seen in my life. And if y'all can't come up with your own fucking concepts, y'all should
Yo,
just fold y'all fucking channel down.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. You, I put together those quick one drive film breakdowns that I do like right after the game. I do that because I know once y'all start breaking down film, I'm not holding water to that. I'm not holding water to that. I'm telling you, just to be honest, I'm keeping it a buck right now because I can't break down film the way y'all break film. I understand football. I could break it down and talk to people, in layman's terms when I do it. But when it comes to the X's and O's, I ain't even gonna front on y'all, man. Y'all got it. Y'all got that for sure. For
Well,
sure.
I'm glad you said that.
Nah, that's for real though. I mean,
Well,
I'm being dead serious.
Nah, he ain't lying,
I,
man. And shout out to
I
Coach Ed, man. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely taught me a
Yeah,
lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm a student of the game. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I don't
That's how
break
I think.
down no film like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna hold you. I'll
yeah.
learn
Yeah,
from Coach Ed and from Big Pat. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
That's a
Facts,
fact.
man. So,
That's a fact.
shout out to both of them, man. They taught me a lot about football that I didn't know. And
Let me
that's
Well,
tell
why
you
I
what.
had to back off of some of my takes. You know what I'm
Pat.
saying? Because I'm real about it, man. I'm a real dude, bro. I ain't gonna hold you,
Yeah,
man.
I
If
remember
I'm
the
wrong, I'm wrong.
Hold on, guys. Go ahead, Joe.
Go ahead.
What you was finna say?
Go ahead.
I was
Sorry.
gonna ask you if I could come back now.
Dude, what do you mean if you can come back?
Yeah, I could come back. Yeah, you said the door was always open. That's
You talking about
once a week.
you talking about the film reviews?
No,
Giants interactions?
I thought I don't know. Maybe I did all of them in the past. I don't know.
We did so many damn shows in the past. I don't know which one.
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
Right,
Well,
because I
I
know
think I'm
we.
ready.
I know
I,
the one I haven't done in a while because I've been waiting for you to get back is Giants interactions. I haven't done Giants interactions in a long time.
no, you did do that, but to the Wednesdays and Thursdays, I was going to say after the surgery, can I come back and do the shows with you? I think I'm going to be ready.
You don't gotta ask, brother.
Right,
You pulled
just show
yourself
up.
out to to
Tim,
to try to take some relaxation time and be on the mend. You don't gotta ask nothing, bro. You're one
well,
third founder. Me,
Right.
you, and Pat.
I
You have the
I, I
same
still
rights
have
we
to
have,
ask,
bro. You
man.
don't have to ask us shit, my
I
brother.
appreciate it. I do. I appreciate it. So this not this weekend. Thursday, I'm going into the hospital. I'm gonna be on high blood pressures. What?
Mm, be careful
Set
with those high blood pressure medicines, man.
blood
That's
thinners.
what took out my mom.
My mom, I'm taking these blood thinners, and everything's good. I'm going to be off of them. But before the surgery, I have to get my blood thinned out.
Yeah. Before
So
they put you under. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so
You need to fast and just drink water, bro.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
Yep.
another thing that'll do it too.
yep.
That actually helps better than the blood thinners.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just
No
don't eat
salts.
nothing and drink
No
water.
Yep.
salts.
Don't eat anything and just drink water. Your body was marvelously made, believe it or not. I don't know what everybody don't believe in God or whatever. I do. And when I go and I read that Bible and then I look at scientific facts and research and evidence, your body was made to live forever, which is why when you get cut, you create new skin cells, new tissue, and you
Yep.
heal. You know what
That's a
I'm
fact.
saying? It was the sin that brought death into play
Yep.
because we were originally meant to live forever because we were made in God's image. We were supposed to be a representation of God on earth, which is why he gave us dominion over the land and the animals, and we named the animals. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So if you take away all the man-made shit that we put in our bodies and you let your body cleanse itself out and you just consume water and let your body work, you'd be surprised how much diagnosis that they give us would simply disappear.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's
Yep,
why they
it's
say for
only
fasting. What the body does when you fast is
Supposed to
incredible.
fast. You know what I'm saying? That's why when you wake up, it's called what? Break fast.
Yeah.
Hmm.
yep,
There you go.
true.
There you go. You
All
learn
right.
something new every day. That's why I said this channel is what it is. It
Yay, Miss
is what it
Trina.
is.
She says, "Hey, right, I'm a woman. I'm still learning the plays and everything else to keep it 1,000." But we're here to, I do those shows to really teach people who really want to know exactly what is going on with the Giants. For the people
He,
who are truly football fans, we do
he do
those.
these shows because he been trying to meet you, Trina. Where the hell you been at this whole time? Need to go cook that man a meal and rub his back. No, I'm just messing
Right.
with you.
I've been trying to get in the DMs, but I can't get in there for some reason. But
Nah, but I was still giving flowers, man. I was still giving flowers. I wasn't done. What I was gonna say. Nah, what I was gonna
Okay,
say
Nori. My
because
bad, Nori.
right, right.
I know nothing.
yeah,
Nothing.
nah,
No.
nah, but nah, seriously.
I know nothing.
Like the first time I saw the first time I saw Pat was on when he was breaking down film and it was Coach Ed, him and Coach Ed, right? And my first time seeing Coach Ed, really, I saw a couple of videos of Pat's, and I saw Coach Ed and I found him on YouTube, and I was like, how the hell this man got this few subscribers when he's doing a brilliant job like that, breaking down film, and
Because the people with more subscribers watch his film, copy it, and
Yep.
put it out. That's
Steal
why.
it.
that's a
Yep.
fact. They
Exactly.
what you call them, looky loos, man. They just in there, they don't subscribe, they just look,
Hey, sir, I
and a
resent
lot
that
of them steal
comment.
them. But I'm
Okay,
glad
why
y'all
you gotta
said that.
name him Looky Loos? My name is Lou. Change it to something else.
I don't know.
Damn,
Looky,
man,
looky.
that's some
I don't know.
bullshit, Dash.
Looky, Looky Roberts. I don't know what you want to call these
Looky
guys, man.
Larry's.
Yeah,
Yes.
Looky,
man.
there you go. Looky Larry's. There you go. Looky Larry's.
Shit,
But
man.
nah,
He
man, I'm
said
glad you
Looky
said that
Loos.
though, because
God damn.
it's a fact, man. It's a lot of people out here that steal ideas. And one of the
They
first things I
do.
said is when we talk about Giants football, it's just so much that you can talk about that other people don't talk about. But you always put your own little twist on it because you got your own little,
Right.
personality or something like that. But I be seeing things, man, and I look and I'm like, I know who the originator is.
What else?
So it is what it is.
You know,
Nah, it is
what
what it
else?
is, man.
The other difference is you can tell the passion for the sport we have.
That's a fact too.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of people that make content just doing it because they want to get rich or they want to be YouTube famous or whatever their agenda is. I'm getting a
And,
bag.
and
I'm
then Lou, you
paid.
know what?
No, no,
Lou,
no, no.
you
Listen,
too.
listen,
You too
listen.
though.
I know, but what I want to say is I'm paid. I ain't hurting in no aspect. Like I come on here and I be flossing sometimes with my jewels on and shit. Most of the time I leave them off. Like I'm good. I ain't hurting.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I do this shit because I love the game. I love the Giants. I love these guys right here. You know what I'm
You could
saying? On
tell.
some real shit. No homo. So,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? We have fun on here. We educate people about football. We educate each other because I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? They don't know everything. We iron sharpens iron. And we basically come on here and have positive conversations about a sport that we love when we could be out doing negative shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So, but people be biting, bro.
yeah,
People be straight up biting. And that's why even when they bite, it doesn't work out the way they want to because they don't have the same chemistry me, Pat, and Joe have. They don't have the
yeah.
same energy, the same laughter, the same vibe. This shit is all natural, my nigga. This ain't no
It's
non-GMO, no
organic.
hormones, no
It's
steroids.
Right.
organic.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Nah, you know that,
All
and
original content.
absolutely. And then one thing I will say, because I knew about Pat. I saw Ed, but the first time I saw Lou, it wasn't even football. It was boxing. And I don't know if you remember. I put in your comments. I said, "Yo, this is my first time watching you," and I did an instant subscribe, man. And that's what I sent to you. And I think it was I think it's when your brother had first came home,
Okay.
and he was in that boxing video with you.
Yeah.
This it was like a couple months
What
back, right?
fight
Yeah.
was that?
Yeah.
What fight was that? Was that
Yeah, and I
Benavidez.
was and I was like,
was it the
yo,
Benavidez fight?
it could have been. I can't even remember. It was a while back though. And I remember that, and I was like, yeah, man, I got to see more of your videos and stuff like that. And I went back, and I was binge watching a lot of you guys, even Joe. I got all the way back to Joel. I saw a video of Joel with Kush in it. He was outside. He was like outside barbecuing or something, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of his first videos. That was like your third video, I believe.
Okay,
Joe.
yeah. So that's
Yeah.
when I like somebody's content, man, I go back to when you didn't have as many subscribers and see what that work looked like. And then you get a real understanding of the work you put in. Because Pat, you are consistent as hell.
Super
Telling you,
consistent.
man.
That motherfucker put 3
Consistent as
videos
hell.
out in a day.
Yeah.
I can't keep
I'm
up.
telling you. I'm telling you. And like I said, I just like it, man. Because like I said, I'm new. I just started in May, man. I just started in May. I jump in. I learned a lot from you guys. That whole slating aspect I did, and with me running with slating now is because you guys and how you talked about him, Pat. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Pat is absolutely right. And I'm gonna start talking about the shit too because I believe it. So it's like, hey,
Well,
Slating
My
over
first
Slating
video
is the
I
only one
made
that
was
get beat.
about slating.
I
Yep.
saw that
Came
too. I
into this
went back.
content community talking about Darius Slayton.
Mm-hmm.
I went back, man. I
Well,
saw that too. I watched
wait.
that
You
video.
came into this content community shitting on DJ. Then you started making slating
Oh
content.
yeah,
Well,
we
my
had a
own
whole
content.
video to hash that out. We did a whole video.
Yeah, my
about
whole
and guess
facts
what?
though. Nah,
They
he's not
even stole
bullshitting
that
you.
idea.
Right.
They even stole that idea.
You know what I'm
Yeah, but
saying?
I'm
Me
done.
and NYG did that first.
That's my
Right.
flowers though, fellas. That's my flowers. We can go ahead and
Oh, he got his Freddie Flowers out the way. Okay.
I gotta show respect, man. That's one
We
thing I
appreciate
was raised, man. Show respect, man. And
Right.
and whenever you run with somebody's idea, like I said, Slayton, I ain't gonna front. Pat, I got that from you. Whenever I mention Slayton, that's you.
Yep.
That's you, man. That's you.
Me and NYG been said
Well,
that.
thank you
Eric
for being man
Seabrook.
enough to say that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
For real. Nah,
Right.
because there's a lot of people that are going and G off of somebody else's idea and never give
Yeah.
credit, never nothing. Be like, yeah, I did this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, I do that because I believed it too. Because I'm like unpopular. It's a lot of shit I don't know, right?
but
So
listen,
if I learn something from somebody, I'm gonna let them know I learned something from somebody.
if
for
nothing
sure.
else, my brother, believe in that 11-6. That was
Right.
I'm still not quite there.
Yeah, I shout you out all the time, Lou. You know what
I
I'm
know
saying?
you do. I
Oh
know.
yeah. I'm like, yo, big bro Lou, 11-6. That's the
Eric
motto.
Seabrook. Something wrong with Seabrook, cause he says all y'all shut up. I'm taking all y'all ideas and starting my new channel, my new cricket channel, and Lou is going to help me. Cricket? Man, if I could call a cricket, I'm going into the Hall of Fame. If you could call a cricket game, that game.
Shout
is,
out to Coach Ed though, man. Shout out to
Right.
Coach Ed.
Yeah,
he says,
man.
right, Lou, passion is key. As Giants fans, we lack passion in the stadium. Imagine 50,000 Giants singing the same song. We need to take a lesson from the British Irish fans. Hey, those soccer and rugby games.
Barkley the Giant.
Right, man. Those games.
Barkley the Giant.
Go overseas. Go overseas to one of them soccer games or one of them rugby games and start fucking around.
Different.
Man, you might not make it out that
Tear
stadium.
your ass up. Yeah,
Man, did y'all remember? I think this. Right, y'all remember when they tore down that stadium one time?
That shit was on Real TV, Current Affairs, fucking. That shit was on everything.
I'm finna have to cut.
They made a movie about it.
Out there, yeah.
They made a movie about how wild those crowds are. Damn, I forget the name of it. But it was. I was
just getting ready to bring that up, Big Fridge. I was getting ready to say I might have to cut Joel off.
Nope,
that mannequin's up serious. I thought Joe was froze too until I saw
I love that. Okay.
So he ain't even blink. He was just.
No, Joe. No.
It was a ship in the bottle. It was a ship in the bottle, ladies and gentlemen. Right. It was one of them old sailor ships in a bottle.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh man, Joe was like,
it wasn't clear.
Hey, Joe was like this for like 10 minutes. Hey, I will create a whole series. Watch what I tell you. I will have a whole video of people just being stuck on this damn show. That shit was funny. I was like, is Joe breathing?
Hey, Wales is in Jersey now. I see he has a New Jersey in his name. He in
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jersey.
Wales is in Jersey.
What part of
He's
Jersey
from
you in?
Wales.
Wales?
Yo, son, he not gonna tell you that on the live.
Right.
I mean, okay,
Yeah, you know, I'm
all
just
right.
messing with
I
you,
mean,
bro.
You ain't
if
robbed
it,
that bad.
if it is, hey
No,
man, nah, he
I
ain't got
think
what.
he
We'll have
told
to.
That's because I'm
Tudo on
from
it. He
Jersey.
told Tudo on the live, so he might tell you. I just don't
Nah,
remember
nah.
what it was.
I'm just curious if he's in. Well, just say North Jersey or South
It's
Jersey.
North
Then we.
Jersey. North Jersey.
All right, you all right with me then? You all right with me?
He said,
Man, it's
"Remember
like
Bobby
that,
last
huh?
night, man?
I'm
Bobby
gonna go
was
back and watch
gone.
that if
Yeah, he
Bobby
said
was asleep like that.
you see,
Was he
he said
snoring?
the
Yeah, I
North.
gotta see that.
I
Yeah.
pay attention, Wales. Look, Wales just answered. He said the North.
There it is.
I pay
That's where
attention,
that's where
brother.
I'm
Even
from,
when
man.
it seems like I'm
Yo,
not paying attention, I'm paying
That's
attention.
where I'm from. There it
Man,
you
is.
need to clip that stuff, Pat. You know what I'm
What?
saying?
believe
Like those
me, I got a
funny
whole
moments on the
video.
live streams.
No,
Man, I
Yeah.
got a whole video coming out. It's going.
the
I'm
hoop
gonna make a
dream.
documentary on the Big Blue
You
Crew. That's
better
what I
leave
tell
me
you.
the fuck out that shit. I swear to God, I'm coming to Shreveport.
Yours was gonna be the first one. Man, I got so
Now
many
you
people
did it.
Yo, these
stuck
niggas
in
did me
sleep.
dirty, bro. Yo, Dash,
Man,
listen to this shit, bro. Yo, these motherfuckers, we was on a live, and it was my live, right? Was it my live? No. It was somebody
no,
else's live. It was
it was
Pat's or
my
Joe's.
lie. It was
Okay.
my lie.
Yo, I was exhausted. I had been pulling damn near doubles all week. Okay. Came home, sat on the live. We chopping it up, yo. I don't know what the hell. I fell asleep, my G.
Yep.
Yo, these motherfuckers ended the live and left. None of them called me, nothing to be like, yo, my
Yep.
G, you all right? Wake up. So, no, I woke up at 5 in the morning in this chair still with my back hurting like a motherfucker. I called these niggas the next day. I said, boy, y'all niggas
Oh,
ain't shit. Boy, y'all could have
I know
called
your
me.
back was hurting. Yeah, I
Oh
know your back
man,
was really hurting too.
for
Being
I
Oh.
real.
asleep
was
that
fucked
long.
up for like
But
2
y'all be
days,
getting
boy.
off late though. So that probably it
Right,
was probably only like 3-4 hours.
man,
So
dude.
past the
Lou was
mannequin.
knocked out. He said, "I just passed him that mannequin, boy." Yeah, Joe was on
Yes,
that mannequin.
true.
Cause
Yeah. I got 3 months
Tudo,
there.
There he is.
he says, massive salute to Ray Del Baruca and G Nation troops.
Boricua,
Pat
the king of Puerto
Borica,
Rican.
Yeah,
Borica,
Boricua.
Boricua. Remember
Boriqua.
Big Pun?
Oh,
Boricua.
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 Morena.
Man,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
G Nation troops, Pat, Taj, Tommy Joe, and all the diehard Giants fans in the chat. We'll be at London Stadium on Sunday, and G Man will turn greens into yellow
That's what's
bellies.
up. That's what's up. Yeah,
Yeah.
Tudo.
I know the energy gonna be wild there, man.
Hey, Johnny Mad Dog, welcome to the chat, man. Hit that like and
Well,
subscribe button for us, Johnny. He says
hey,
I
Slayton
Mad
hope
gonna
so.
take
Dog.
one of those deep passes to the house.
I hope so.
Wasn't
Yeah, he's
Mad
gonna get
Dog
one sooner or later.
wasn't Mad Dog trying to kill Martin and Tommy?
Right. Right.
Shit.
Oh man, he said Joe, he ain't sleep.
No.
Joe was
No.
just stuck.
Yeah, that's what it
Man,
was. He
I
was
got
stuck.
like 5 clips of Joe.
Y'all good.
The big move. He said, "What's up, Tudo? Just passing through. What's going on, Big
Oh
Move?
shit,
But
Big
Hit that
hey,
Move.
like button and
Big
subscribe button for us,
Move.
Big Move. Big
What's up,
Move.
Big Move?
hey, you new guys. The guy down here can use some help. These both have 1,000 subs. I'm looking 400. Just give me, please, a
There it
couple.
is.
Yeah, let's get Rip Van Winkle of the
Yeah.
Giants community to
Right.
Yeah.
subscribe.
Hey,
Yo,
Hey,
that's
I'll be right
hilarious.
but
back, fella.
Rip
Joe
Van
fell
but
Winkle is
asleep.
hilarious. That's
Joe fell
hilarious.
asleep on the Giants Super Bowl run
Hey,
of
Lou.
2007, and he's
Hey,
just waking up.
hey, Lou. Instead of falling asleep under a tree, he fell asleep on the tree.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
it was.
yeah, he fell asleep
Rip
on the
Van
tree
Winkle
in every meaning that you can think of on the tree.
on the tree.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
he was drinking it, eating it, smoking it, and laying on the branch.
woo! I
Shit.
smoked a lot today.
Man.
Tudo run on the field and rugby tackle Karen Rogers. Let's go. I fell
Aaron
asleep
Rodgers.
during the
Nah, but
fireworks show.
I think this it's gonna be live because it's a lot of Giants fans out there.
Now we're gonna bust that ass. I
It's a lot of
promise you,
Giants
bro. We're
fans
gonna
out there.
bust that ass.
There's a couple people on Twitter that are UK Giants fans out there. So I expect it.
Oh,
One of the guys I know, guy named Chris in UK, Giants fan. He couldn't even get tickets. It was sold out, and this was months ago. So I know it's gonna be live out there.
it's Eric Seabrook said, "Hey Lou, don't start your shit."
Hey, Lou. Hey, yeah. Somehow you got to know you.
I'm
I
telling you,
didn't do
man.
it.
Martinez, Tudo, these guys worth watching. The Big Moo. If you want the Giants to beat the Packers, hit the like button. That's right. Tommy for
That's a
one.
fact.
Tommy, y'all listen to Tommy, man. Tommy said, if you want the Giants to beat the Packers, hit the like button.
Tommy need to be on here. Where
And
you
if
at,
you don't
Tommy?
watch, Prime Time on Prime with the Big Blue Crew tomorrow, I don't know what to tell you. Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime. That's
Who's
my
the game
show.
tomorrow? Who got the game?
It's Prime Time on Prime
Yeah, who is it?
Yeah,
with
no.
the
Who's
Big
who's
Blue
playing?
Crew.
Who's playing tomorrow?
Sir, why y'all want to interrupt my little bit of airtime
It's
to ask
prime
questions?
time on time with
Oh,
with G
look,
Nation.
he said prime time on time. I ain't never on time. First off,
Big Blue Moo is
shit,
our
I forgot
friend.
who it was.
Big Boss Tat, Big Boss Lou, Pat, and the Big Moo is our friend from Bag Dog and Tatus channel. Please, everyone, select and welcome him here. Please, great guy. Hey,
Big Moo.
you got two rows of respect, you got mine. Wait, anything my
That's a
brother
fact.
says goes.
That's a fact.
Yep.
And go
What's
ahead and go
good?
ahead and subscribe to the people you see on the tube. Big Pat Sports, G Nation, Unpopular Opinion, and my man Joe.
Yes.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Oh.
I know what that means, Joe. It's
What?
almost time. It's
No,
almost time.
Oh.
uh,
I'm
no.
in heaven.
He just took a nice little.
I'm in heaven.
There you go.
I'm in heaven. 'Cause
Nah, but
that's where I
Unpopular,
wanna
did you do
be.
your breakdown? Was that today or is it tomorrow?
Heaven.
I got something coming out on the Packers, man.
Okay.
Just gonna look over the Packers film. I think Aaron Rodgers in them is suspect
Damn.
for real. I think they real suspect, man. Especially on that offensive line. And I think if Wink can rush 4 and just cause when you blitz Rodgers, that's when he beats you.
Yeah.
Hey, Big Moo.
That's when
Yeah.
he gets those big plays down the field. So we don't want those. And I think Wink is smart enough to realize, like, okay, KT, you know, if Ojulari's healthy, if not, Jahad Ward, you out there, O'Shane Zimenez, whoever else, y'all gotta step up. Dexter Lawrence,
It's the
he's been
Broncos
playing
versus
very
the
well.
Colts.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? So I do believe that this defensive line is going to be the key to this game.
Yeah, I believe it too.
Straight up.
I
Yep.
watched the I tried to watch the Vikings game against Green Bay. I just turned it off because that game, the Vikings just week 1 they just did what they needed to do against the Packers.
But
I
I
did
mean,
go.
if you watch that game though, and you really look at it,
Mhm.
they most of the time was rushing 4,
Yeah, they were.
and they
I
got
think
home a couple times and
I
got some
think
sacks.
and like you were saying, I think we should do that too. I don't think we need that elaborate blitz scheme.
I don't want to see it.
Because I think if they start playing around and trying to send Darnay Holmes
He's gonna beat him.
and stuff like that, yeah,
Lazard is fast, man. He's quick.
and then I think he's going to use the tight ends.
We just
like
need to
Dallas
spy
did.
him. I'm telling you, we just need to send pressure with 4. Leave a
Yeah.
man down there to spy him, so keep Aaron
Pressure
Jones
with 4 is
honest,
absolutely
and
what I
let our
think.
DBs shut them down. Because I honestly believe that a Jory Jackson can shut down Lazard, and
Of course,
any
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
any of our other DBs could shut down Dobbs. Because neither
like
one of these
Dobbs a lot
guys are
too,
number
but
ones.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
so Moreau or McKinney, they can handle that, and I know Adoree can shut down Lazard. So if
You
you spy,
saw Moreau was on the injury report this week too.
yeah, but he limited.
Yeah,
He ain't hurt
yeah,
bad.
good.
He better go out there and work hard for the money.
Well,
But I
Big
agree.
Moo. Big
Or
Moo
be on the
agrees with you
practice
guys.
squad looking funny.
pressure with the front four without any kind of elaborate blitzes. I will still send the occasional A gap blitz like they do with
Yeah,
the
you got to
linebackers and
switch it
stay
up every
Crowder.
now and again, of
No, I
Because
course.
would disguise
I
it a
like
lot
what they
though.
did. Yeah,
I would make it
That's
look
the
like we're
key.
gonna blitz, then pull back, and then I would make
Yeah.
it look like we're gonna cover and then send the blitz. You know what I'm saying? Keep
Yeah.
switching it up so
What I
Aaron
don't
I
Rodgers
seen the
has to work.
Patriots do that a lot in the last game. You know what I'm saying?
what
They just
I
wasn't consistent. They wasn't
what I
consistent enough.
yeah,
That was the key.
what I don't want to see is Thibodeau in the flat covering the zone. I don't want to see that. It can happen occasionally. I want him
Not against
with,
Aaron Jones
yeah, I want
and Dylan. Mm-mm. You
no.
don't want to do
I
that.
want him
If
getting after Aaron Rodgers.
if Leonard Williams and Dexter Lawrence are back in this game, well, I mean Dexter Lawrence is here. If Leonard Williams is back alongside Dexter Lawrence, because Dexter Lawrence playing different this year.
Yeah.
If
He
if
is.
Leo Williams is
Facts.
back and you got them front four on the line, Ojulari, Dexter Lawrence, Leonard Williams, and Thibodeau. Once them guys get their chemistry and hit their stride, you don't gotta send nobody else, man.
You know what else though too?
I agree, Lou.
On both sides of the ball, we have not seen the Giants at full strength yet with all their
No,
players.
no.
And that's the one. And we're
And
3
we're
and 1
3
in the
and
You
one.
now.
might not see
Facts.
that, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I said
unfortunately.
that the last video I made. I said, and we're doing all of this without our stars in here. So imagine when we're healthy, even when we're at 90 capacity, because right now we are like 70, 60. When we get to like 90%, oh, it's a fucking problem.
Yeah, and this defense can be very, very, very good. Like very good. On all
Our
aspects.
offense is
already very good.
Damn right, Big Moo.
Well,
Sexy Dexy is hitting a new level. Just like when I get them guts, I tap into new pussy.
now here's the thing. Our offense is starting to click now because the 4 weeks, the first quarter was, come on, get ready,
about
let's
it.
win some games, let's
about it,
start at some place. And now
Yeah.
week 2 or the second quarter, here we go.
Yeah,
Third
and
quarter,
Nah, you're right. Because we've been waiting for it too. Because what was the
Shout out
the
to the
first couple?
51 watching, man.
The first couple
0-4.
complaints was the slow start with the offense, and then we
Yep.
come out week 4 and we throw 14 points on the board. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
yeah, man, it's coming. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Mhm.
Lou been seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
And I've been right for the longest, and y'all just wasn't smoking with me. You feel me? You got to meditate and loosen up your chakras so you can get your third eye right. You know what I mean? Your pineal gland. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Get in tune with your star player. You feel me? Smoke that good sacred herb of the grass, the good
That
herb
mannequin.
bearing its own seed, and God said it was good. Second page of the Bible.
Can't even mess
You know
with
what I'm
it.
saying?
Like,
The
it's been
healings
so
of the
long.
nation. You feel me?
But yeah,
Can't do it.
what were you guys talking about
This
before I
smoke
left?
up the chronic. We were talking about how once this team is running at like maybe 60% with our wide receivers injured, Leo sitting out, some of the guys we got in are playing with an injury. So we're 3 and 1 with all of that being said. So when we get to like 90%
We get all our horses,
healthy,
man.
it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, it's going to be a serious problem. And I'll say this until the wheels fall off. I know everybody doesn't, rock with DJ like that. But if DJ had a number one receiver with this offense that they can trust,
He'd
this
be the
offense
leading
would be
quarterback right now.
ridiculous.
Yep.
This offense will be ridiculous because sooner or later you're going to have to come up to stop Saquon Barkley. And once you do that, if he got 2 receivers on the field, like most of these elite quarterbacks have 2 good receivers on the field,
And
this offense is going to be ridiculous, bro.
I'm gonna tell you why I keep saying in the draft, right? In the draft, if you go get us a dog at wide receiver, a true stud, one true number one wide receiver, immediately makes our wide receiver core phenomenal.
Right.
Because Kadarius Toney is a great number 2. Wandale Robinson is a great number 3, a damn good number 2. You see what I'm saying? So if you have a real one out there,
we don't know about Tony though, for real.
No, for
Robinson,
real.
I'm promising.
Kadarius Toney has fucking skills. I'm not gonna lie. The boy
He does
has
have
skills. He
skills,
just
but
needs to be available. You know what
That's
I'm
the
saying?
problem.
Once his hammy is strong enough for him to come out there and run routes,
Yeah.
y'all gonna
He is
see.
though, Lou.
But this is what I'm saying. Because I kind of had to take back some of the shit I was saying about him because I can't be a hypocrite. I didn't say all that shit about Victor Cruz when he came in undrafted just because he was Latino. I was like, no, shit, let him sit for the year and come back healthy. So I got to give Kadarius Toney that same shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
That's fair.
but I think if you get a true number one, Kadarius Toney and Wan'Dale Robinson, and that number one immediately become one of the best wide receiver cores in the league.
I
Yeah.
wanna
You see what I'm saying?
It's
I wanna
possible.
put
Yeah, I can see
I
that.
wanna put this I wanna put this question out there for you guys. I think these guys start to get a little healthier when they do have that number one receiver out there on the field because when I really think about it, that might be too much pressure on these guys to be a number one receiver. Too much pressure on a Kadarius Toney. He's never been a number one receiver, even in college. Might be a little bit too much pressure you putting on Wan'Dale Robinson to go out there to be the focal point of the offense. Might be a little bit too much pressure on Darius Slayton to go out there to be a number one receiver because they're
It's fit
playing
for
like,
the
oh
pick.
man, they're playing like, oh man, I gotta be the main guy. I'll
Yeah,
be
they
honest
playing on
with
the
you.
edge. They're
I'll
not
be
playing
honest
loose.
with you. I'll be honest with you. If you get a stud number one receiver, like Lou said, you know how dangerous this receiving core would be if they had one stud receiver, Slayton, Tony, and Robinson on the field. Put Stephon Diggs and somebody on this team with those three receivers out there on the field with him. Lord have mercy.
I
Because
put my hoodie on to
now
let y'all know
now
I'm a wizard.
now you got to worry about our number one receiver. He can do everything that you need him to do. Now the number two receiver, Slayton, can do everything that you need him to do as well with less pressure. Now he has the second cornerback on him. He doesn't have the number one cornerback on him. And you got to worry about the deep pass. You got to worry with deep digs with Slayton. Then you got Kadarius Toney in one slot. You know if he catches that ball, the first person is going to miss.
Mm-hmm.
The
I'm
first person is
Gandalf
going
the
to miss.
Blue. I'm Gandalf the
Then
Blue, and the Green Bay Packers shall not pass.
and then you got
Shall not pass.
Wan'Dale Robinson in the slot who could be an absolute monster. And then you still got Saquon Barkley in the backfield. So now your linebackers are worried too. And then let's just say DJ is a quarterback. You still got to worry about DJ taking off and running too. So if you and man trying to man up everybody, you leave a open lane. That's another 15 yards you got to worry about because Daniel Jones has proven this year he would take off on your stupid ass.
And the
Get
linebacker on DJ is a mismatch every time.
right. So if you get a number one stud, that's how Josh Allen took off
Yeah.
in that offense over there with the Bill. He wasn't doing shit until Diggs and them got over there. And then once Diggs, Gabriel Davis, and all those guys got there, it was a wrap.
So
What you
I
gonna
got a
do?
question.
And that's
I
my
got a
point.
question.
We already got the core. We just need a number
Yep,
one receiver.
a
So
number one.
I got a question because I don't know. I'm just asking this out. So obviously the Bills got Diggs from Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
Is
Mm-hmm.
there a wide receiver out there right now that is for the taking? That could possibly be a trade, in the off season,
To
possibly.
The
who?
only two,
Who?
the only two, the
Because
only
the free
two
agency, we
receive.
saw what free agency looked like. It's slim pickings of free
I'll
agency.
say there's three receivers out there that might be up for a trade. If the Saints continue to lose, they're gonna want to get rid of that contract of Michael Thomas.
Hmm.
The
So
the Falcons are gonna want to get rid of Calvin Ridley. They're gonna want to get rid of Calvin Ridley. And if the Panthers continue to lose DJ Moore, if we get any one of those three receivers at the number one, we'll
DJ
be all
Moore.
right.
now let me ask you this then, because it's been 2 years since we've seen Calvin Ridley, right? And as I remember Calvin Ridley vaguely, but is he a number one?
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
he's Amari Cooper with speed.
Remember the Gandalf's love for the long bottom leaf dulled his senses. If y'all know who Gandalf is, that's the wizard on Lord of the Rings.
Right.
Now I get it. I watch everything.
But if I
I
had to
bet you
choose
do. You
between
nasty. Pause.
Cut it out. That's not what I meant. That's not. That's not what I meant.
if I had to choose between those three, I would probably say between DJ Moore and Michael Thomas. I'll be honest with you, all three of those good dudes would be phenomenal. All three of them. I
The
would
help
choose the
scares me
other
with
two.
Michael Thomas.
Yeah, and Calvin Ridley, the health skills scares me with him too.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
thing with Calvin Ridley. I
And
would
DJ
prefer
Moore,
DJ Moore.
I don't want another situation like Kenny Galladay with DJ Moore because
Nah, that's
Baker Mayfield is destroying that receiver core over there. The guy that everybody wanted over DJ at the
he's
beginning of the
terrible,
season.
man.
Baker
I can
Mayfield
safely
is
say I never
terrible.
wanted Baker. I never wanted Baker. I never wanted Trubisky. And those were some of those names. The only guy I was looking at was Russell Wilson.
There was a few beat writers that wanted
Baker
nutsack.
Mayfield.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's quite a few beat
Yeah,
writers that said they still say it now that Baker Mayfield's better than DJ, and
Yeah,
it's not
both.
true.
after he just beat Baker Mayfield, but I watched Baker Mayfield live in person. That dude is absolute garbage.
Hey, you think Metcalf
Hell
is the
no.
guy
No,
up the
they
He
draft?
just
just signed. He just
Hell
signed.
no.
Did he?
he just signed with DK Metcalf. Yeah,
What about
yeah.
Tyler Lockett? Because Lockett's sneaky good too.
Lockett's not another number one though. He's a great
Yeah.
number two.
Yeah.
You put Lockett on that field as a number one, you'll see his numbers drop significantly.
C note. What up?
What's going on, C Note? Um, yeah, a number one receiver here would be absolutely dynamite here, and this offense would take off
I think
with
the main
whoever the
thing too,
quarterback
though.
is.
I think the main thing too, though, is you're gonna see the offense progress as the offensive line progresses,
Yeah.
and particularly Evan Neal. Once Evan Neal starts to get consistent,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna be able to open up a lot of those deep
Honey
passes
Badger.
because that's where a lot of the pressure's been coming from is from Evan Neal's side.
What
You know
up,
what I'm
Honey
saying?
Badger?
So that's what I think too.
Yeah,
Evan
if you
Neal.
get, yeah, that's true too, NYG. I ain't gonna hold you on that one. If this offensive line blocks more, gives those receivers a little bit more time to get open in their routes,
Yeah.
and you got a good offensive line, mediocre receivers could look better than what they really are because they have a lot more time to run their routes. So that's true as well. And
Right.
we have to get better in the center of our blocking as well, NYG, because a lot of the pressure
Yeah.
is coming from the middle.
That's
Yep.
true. But it's mostly um Feliciano and
That's
Glowinski. It's not
that's
so much
why
as Bredesen
my
as people think.
first two
He's not that bad. Go ahead,
he
Lou.
trash. He trash. He trash.
Yeah, I don't want him
But
starting, but he's not as bad as people think. But
I
most of the
made
pressure's coming from
when
the
we
line,
signed
the
those
middle
guys, I
line.
made a video immediately calling out their injury history and their weaknesses. The day I'm talking about, Pat to tell you, the minute we signed Glowinski, Feliciano,
He sure
um,
did.
um, the other guy, shit.
Max Garcia didn't even make the team.
Jamil
It was
Douglas.
four. It was four.
It
It
was
was
Max
Feliciano,
Garcia, the
Glowinski,
Johnson guy.
Garcia.
You know, the Johnson guy had to retire because he got a neck
Right.
injury.
And
Max
Okay.
Garcia didn't make the
Jamil
team.
Douglas was another one.
Oh,
But
hey,
Yeah, there you go.
Rosario.
Jamil
I
Yeah,
Oh,
made
we
a
Douglas.
just
video
missed it.
saying that we needed to draft a center and a tackle. And I've been screaming that shit for the longest. That's why my very first two picks in next year's draft is a center and a wide receiver.
You are not taking the center in the first round, though, right?
Shit, if we have a dog at
Okay,
center,
okay.
wanted
Hold on, hold
Linderbaum.
on,
A
hold
lot of
on, hold
people wanted
on.
I
Linderbaum.
wanted I
I wanna
wanted
add.
Linderbaum. I wanted
Whoever's best at the time, whether it's a center or a wide receiver, he's going to be our first pick.
Yep, that's
It's
true.
one or the other. If the number one's all gone and there's a good one,
Is there a center right
day
now?
two, I'm going to take the
It's two
center.
centers that are pretty good coming out in college.
First rounders, though?
One is considered first round. The other one's considered a low
What was
first round, high second.
you got to
Name.
remember we going 11-6, so we're not picking early in that first round. We're gonna
Yeah.
be like 26.
Facts. And that's what I was saying, man. For a lot of people that think you're gonna get one of these quarterbacks, you're not gonna be in position to do that.
But
You're not.
I
You're gonna be
can
picking
see
in the
him.
bottom of the first round.
He's wheeling and dealing. I bet you be.
Joe, hold on, guys. Hold on. Joe, about that, I'm not willing to deal to get none of these quarterbacks coming out in this draft. None of
No,
these
me
quarterbacks
either.
moving me.
Me either.
I'll
They'll
say this
pump
about the
him up
quarterback
again.
class. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Joe.
No, I just said they'll pump him up like they always do every year.
They do pump them up every
It
year.
all just goes. Well, we're gonna listen to the take a quarterback first down or per fuck you. He ain't worth the fourth round pick. I'll take him.
Now,
Oh.
what I'll say about the quarterback class, and not even about the quarterbacks. If Joe Shane decides that, whatever happens this season, but if Joe Shane decides that one of these guys in this draft is his guy, it doesn't. I mean, this is me saying this for Joe Shane. It doesn't matter who you give up if you believe that much that guy is the guy that you're
Hey,
looking for.
look at the Steelers. We thought he was a second or third round that pick. Could be a true first one. He could
Yeah,
be the one out of the million.
yeah.
So just keep him in mind. And good luck to him. But
I'm gonna say this
Soon as
about
they
this.
go ahead, Pat.
I'm gonna say this about this, and I want to ask Dash this straight up forward. If there's a center, let's say we have the 16th pick. I don't believe we have the 16th pick. I think we picked late 20s. To be honest with you, the way
Okay.
this season is going, even if we lose the next two games, I think we beat the Jaguars, the Texans, the Lions, and the Seahawks, and at the very least 7-3 going to play the Cowboys. What's wrong with taking a center in the first round? Like, what the fuck is this positional value shit?
Okay. All right.
When
So
it comes to drafting, I just want to say this, and I'm gonna let you
yeah.
go. When it comes to drafting players, you draft the player that fits you best. I don't give a shit if that center's the best player and you know this center can make your team one of the best teams in the league. I won't give a damn if you had the number 2 pick. That's what get these people messed up. You listen to these analytical nerds so much. Yes, they make sense in a lot of things. Yes, they do. I'm not gonna sit there and just take credit away from them on everything. But players are players, bro. Like this, they've been doing this shit way before analytics hit the market. There were people picking players. There were centers being picked in the top 3, top 5. So what's with this positional value shit? Because this positional value shit is what got people saying we should trade Saquon.
okay, I took
Oh,
it.
you could just get 2 running backs to get that production that Saquon is doing. That's
Yeah.
bullshit. But school me on positional value. If you dive into positional value, I don't dive into that shit. But
See,
school me a little bit.
I wouldn't say I dive into it. So I think about it this way. So, for instance, this past draft, Linderbaum, right?
Yeah,
Short thing center, you know,
a
Iowa,
monster, by the way.
Iowa coached, lineman. That's high. So and then he's doing good for Baltimore Ravens, right?
Yeah.
I said we
It
had two
says
picks,
12 hours, right?
and this is early in the draft, right? We had the fifth pick and the seventh pick. I had Tyler Linderbaum because he was the best center that we've seen in a while coming out of college. So I didn't have a problem with Tyler Linderbaum, but that's because we had two picks in the first round. Now, if you tell me that one of these centers are the best center coming out, and we're picking at like 16, I got no issues with picking a center in the teens. But like top five, I got issues with that only. But like I said, but if the team is a center away, then absolutely I don't give a damn where you pick that center.
Let
But
me
It's
let me
also
bring let
about
me let me
scheme
let me
fit
bring let me
too.
bring this to you. Okay, so
yeah,
that's the top center. We need center. We're probably gonna need a guard.
cornerback,
We're gonna need
cornerback
a
too.
receiver, a cornerback, and maybe an inside linebacker. If we're picking top 5, which won't happen by the way, but if we're picking top 5, and that center is like Linderbaum, but you have a receiver like Drake London, you mean to tell me that you would take Drake London over that center because of positional value? Even though
Now,
we know what Drake London is doing right now is not outstanding. But Linderbaum is going to be a Pro Bowler his very first year, maybe an All Pro. He's playing at that type of level right now.
It's,
You mean
it's
to
in,
tell me you will leave that All Pro center right there because you're picking at 5 and take the receiver that's playing at a C level maybe right now at
okay,
best?
okay.
You
So,
see what I'm saying? You see
no,
how crazy that sounds? But
no,
like
it
I
is
said,
crazy.
school me.
No,
Tell me why you
it
took
is.
the receiver over the center.
Nah, it is crazy. So, but I just believe it, man. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So, for instance, like you said, right now we'll say we're a number one wide receiver away from this team being very good, right? So if you told me we're a
I
number
don't
one,
agree with
we're a
that.
number, no, I'm just saying, I'm just
Uh,
talking
okay.
hypotheticals. So if you say that we're a number one receiver away from being a dominant team, but we're also a number one or a top center away from being a top offensive line, it, I go with the receiver because of how the receiver can affect the game. And it sounds crazy because the center is who's protecting your quarterback, who's getting the ball to that receiver.
That's what I was going to ask you. How are
Yeah,
games won, Dash?
yeah, no, they won in the trenches, absolutely. But I like if I can explain it to you, I could. I don't have no explanation for you. It just
The
seems like
I could
the
see
wide
I could kind of
receiver.
see a bridge between the two of y'all. And that would be kind of the Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase situation
And
where
when they should have got Sewell.
yeah, but you have that much confidence in your quarterback, and your quarterback is you think can overcome those deficiencies,
See,
even though
Before,
when we look at it, they really didn't. So,
so
I
let me say
mean,
this.
maybe they
get,
didn't
get,
make
get,
the right
give me
decision.
one. Give me one
I thought,
second, guys.
okay, go ahead.
With your analogy right there, NYG, Jamar Chase was different. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I'm saying that this receiver is, like a Drake London coming out. Nobody,
No,
nobody thought Drake London was going to be
But
that dude,
but
in
but
my
Pat,
nah.
opinion.
Pat.
But Jamar Chase, everybody knew Jamar Chase was that dude when he was coming out.
Now Pat
Yeah, I
though,
take Jamar Chase in that case. Yes.
you know what's
Mhm.
crazy? I would have took Sewell in that predicament. And that's the
See,
crazy thing about it.
that's
That's the
the
crazy
thing.
It's
thing.
because
In that
tackles
case,
are rated higher in that position of value. Bull crap. Like I said, it
but
doesn't
nah,
matter what position it is. Just like, okay, everybody was talking about the position of value when we took Saquon Barkley at 2. The only reason why it didn't work out the way it was supposed to is
didn't
because
have
we
an
didn't have
offensive
an
line.
offensive line.
Yeah.
So Dave Gettleman in that particular draft was wrong. But now look, now that we have an offensive line that can run block, they run block top of the league. It's just that their pass blocking is not that great.
You know what's
But if
crazy
you got a
about
top run blocking line with Saquon Barkley, you see what's happened. But go ahead, Dash.
what's crazy about that draft is because and you guys know how I feel about Saquon Barkley, how I felt months ago, and
Facts,
how I feel
coach.
now. So what I'll say about that draft, I was high on Josh Allen, and everybody was killing me because it was, and this is in that same chat that you be talking about, Pat. I was getting
Yeah.
killed. I was getting killed for liking Josh Allen, right? And I was saying like Josh Allen is Ben Roethlisberger in shape. Is what I was. That was my comparison of Josh Allen was Ben Roethlisberger in shape, like when he used to run around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think that.
And, and Josh Allen at the time, I didn't even know he was the kind of athlete he is now. I just was watching Wyoming and he running around making plays and dropping dimes on people. So I was like, that looked like Ben Roethlisberger when he was in, when he was in shape.
Yep.
And I was getting killed. He's raw. He's not accurate. This, that, and the other. And I remember it warped my opinion so much. I was like, you know what? I like Sam Darnold more now. And it was wild. But when we went with Saquon Barkley, I was like, yo, we need a quarterback bad as hell. And I thought it wasn't the right pick because I was like, Eli was to me was washed at the time. I know how you feel about that word. I thought Eli was washed at the time. I didn't, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and trust what they did. They picked up Saquon Barkley. The man just becomes the offensive rookie of the year, and it looks like the right pick. And then the injuries come. They trade Odell Beckham for whatever reason, and everybody suffers after that. So there's no method to it, man. So it sounds crazy when I say, oh, positional value, but it's in certain occasions. It's not just strictly
Can
positional value for me.
anybody give me
position
a
of need.
definition of positional value? That's what I want. Every
in
time
that
I
draft-
get asked this question,
I give
I
you
don't
the
even get the
definition.
definition. What's the definition
I get
of
you the definition.
positional
So
value?
positional value is this. So it's about importance of the importance. Well, this is the way I explain it. It's about importance to a team. So obviously, quarterback is the most important position on the team, right? Or that's what they would say. Quarterback is the most important position on the team. Then you go left tackle, edge rush, cornerback, wide receiver. The order could be mixed up like that, but that's my particular order: quarterback, left tackle, edge rush, cornerback. That's how I think, and then wide receiver is how I think positional value is. And it's because when you go to re-sign these people, they become the highest price people. So now you got people wanting to work. The salary cap comes into play, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna get a quarterback on the rookie deal before I gotta pay him $40 million a year, or I gotta get a cornerback before I gotta pay him close to $20 million a year, and then all the way down the line. And like I said, it's crazy, but people believe it. People believe it.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Dash. That definition, it was perfect if every team was the exact same.
That's what it is right there. There's no when it's so black and white. There's no gray area. So then when you get situations like Joe Burrow and then them going with Jamar Chase, when everybody in the world tells you need an offensive lineman, and he got buried for it too, because he was getting sacked left and right, but they still made it to the Super Bowl. And then you got the Offensive Player of the Year being Jamar Chase because they had that connection. I think if Jamar Chase wasn't that LSU wide receiver and didn't have that connection with Joe Burrow, I'm thinking they might have went with
You
Siegel
too,
over
Tudo.
Burrow.
You too, Tudo.
Have a good one, Tudo.
That's a
Buko.
fact.
Yeah.
Have fun at the game, Tudo.
I think they go Sewell
For real.
if Jamar Chase played at USC or something like that.
Yeah, I believe that.
But that was just a smart move by that organization.
It was.
You see what I'm saying?
No, it was.
That position, you're saying that you believe in positional value, so you have to validate what they're saying about Saquon Barkley if you believe in that shit. Because positional value tells you that running backs are not that great. That you could get a Saquon Barkley. That's what that shit tells you. You could get a Saquon Barkley.
Is different.
And the third,
Saquon is different.
It don't matter. It said in the article positional value, and in that same chat, everybody follows what the media says. Positional value says you should trade Saquon Barkley. So if positional value was that high, why the fuck are the Bills looking to trade for him?
I got a better one for you. People were saying, okay, you trade Saquon Barkley at the draft, and then you get a guy like James Cook, and you see what he's doing with the Bills.
He fumbled his very first carry.
Yeah, and then you see what Saquon is doing. The talent level is absolutely different. There's certain players
Do you see how
that
flawed this shit is?
It's absolutely
positional value tells you that the Kenny Galladay contract is valid. And Saquon Barkley is tradable. That's what am I lying?
No, you're right.
Positional value, if you base it off that, the Kenny Galladay contract was valid, and you should trade Saquon Barkley for a low second round or a low third round pick right now.
It also tells you that Christian Kirk is worth $20 million.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right.
Man.
Yeah. No, I get it. And like I said, I'm not 100% in it when it's positional value. I just think certain positions are more important. That's me though, personally, when I'm speaking for myself.
Sir, if we would have traded Saquon Barkley and lined up week 1 with nothing but Kenny Galladay and
David Sills.
It don't even matter the rest of the
I'll say this though.
If Saquon Barkley's not here, we're 0-4.
That's a fact.
Facts.
That's a fact.
Facts. Now, mind you,
we're not just 0-4. We're a bad 0-4.
Hold on, fellas. Joe wanted to say something real quick. I want him to say it before you forget. Did you want to say something, Joe? I thought you was finna say something. My bad.
I was probably, but I don't remember. Go ahead.
See what I'm saying?
All right.
That's what that positional value does to people right there.
Right.
It makes no damn sense. That positional value does that shit
I understand.
right there. It makes us look around. It makes us look around and be like, what?
Positional value tells you that we should have kept James Bradbury over Saquon Barkley right now. That's what positional value tells you because a cornerback
It
is way
does.
higher than what a
It
running
does.
back is right now,
It,
right?
it absolutely does, and you can see why it's flawed.
But that only happens if every team has the exact same players on their team. Then that would make sense. You see what I'm saying?
Oh no,
Every team is different.
you get no argument.
Saquon Barkley means to us what Mahomes means to the Chiefs. You see what I'm
Facts.
saying?
Take Nick Chubb off the Browns.
Right. Take King Henry off the Titans.
Take McCaffrey off the Panthers. You see how they looked.
He took himself off the Panthers, but I get you. I get where
I
you
mean,
go.
just you can just go down
And
the
that's
list.
still a
Though.
good example because he gets hurt all the
Nah, it
time. What
is.
are the Panthers? Ass.
Right.
Absolutely.
But when he was in there, they were like 3-0.
Dalvin Cook.
As soon as he got hurt. Yeah, take Dalvin Cook
Yeah.
off the Vikings. And just put it in Kirk Cousins' hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, I know it's crazy. I know it sounds crazy.
But you
And
believe in it.
I told you I'm not as heavy in it as everybody else because I just told you, they made when it's a certain situation because I see the gray area. That situation with the Bengals, they took Jamar Chase because of the connection with the receiver, and also he was just a phenomenal player. But like you said, if Jamar Chase played for USC, I think they go with Sewell over Jamar Chase, and I get that. I mean, like I said, I know it's crazy, but I'm not as crazy as all these others. So some people just stand on that hill and die there. I'm not gonna die there. If I get some new information,
That's
it's
just that's just
you know.
pride. See, you're man enough to say, hey, maybe I don't know as much as I thought,
No,
or maybe I
absolutely.
was wrong or whatever. Not everybody has that quality. Some
You know what
people
I say about
will
myself?
stand tall with pride and be dead ass wrong and look foolish than ever. You know what I'm saying? Just because they're too proud to back off of a position.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. And what I say about myself, and a lot of people say, I know a lot about a little, and a little about a lot. And it's a great.
Right.
And that's it. I'm constantly learning, man. I'm constantly learning. And one thing I will do, I'm not stubborn. If somebody provides me with some information and it's facts, I will definitely change my opinion on something. But like I said, I just in some cases I think I think that positional value is something that's real, but there's also a lot of gray area in there.
Coach says
What
positional value is a
this is a
milk
question.
copper
This is a
BS.
question to the panel. This is a question
Like if
to
you
the
tell me
panel.
the quarterback is the most important person on the team, and that's positional values, and nobody's going to argue that the quarterback's not the most important position.
I got a question for the panel. It's a hypothetical. Let's say where Daniel Jones plays it well enough to get another contract with us, whether it's a multi-year or franchise tag, and we re-sign Barkley. We're in the draft. We're picking 24th, 25th. There's a receiver that's supposed to go high in the first round, and he's right there at 26. Or you get the best center, and that dude is going to play just like Linderbaum right there. Now,
Yo,
positional
Pat,
value tells you, you take the receiver. But we all know that Feliciano's not the guy. Let's just say Nick Gates is not able to come back full strength, and we have a major hole at center. But if we get that center, Zudu has played well at left guard, and Glowinski got his act together at right guard. If we get that center, our offensive line is legit.
I mean,
Who do
are
you
we
take?
bringing back the same receiving core though?
Years.
Because we
Pat.
can't bring back the same receiving core.
Slayton played well
Pat.
enough to get a contract. We got rid of Galladay. Richie James isn't here. Tony and Robinson. Our top
me
three
somebody
receivers are Slayton, Tony, and Robinson.
So
Yeah, that's tough.
I'll tell you this right
I ain't
now.
gonna hold you, man, because this receiving core is pretty bad. I could deal with Feliciano, but this receivers.
So just so I'm clear on the options, you saying it's the best line or the best center in the draft? You got the best center in the draft, or possibly maybe a top three
that was
top
projected,
three wide receiver.
Not top three. A receiver's projected to go top 10 or top 15, but he slips to 26.
Pat, I'm taking a receiver.
He ain't gonna have time to run his routes.
No, you know why?
Coming up the middle,
you
like
know what? Because the drop off between receivers and the drop off between centers, I think it's a bigger gap between the drop off in a first round receiver than it is a drop
I
off
agree
between
with
the
you,
centers.
but the
before
opposite
centers.
way. because every draft you probably have maybe 2 good centers, 2
So
to
let me tell you
3,
this, Lou.
and in
So
every draft you usually got at least 10 receivers.
let me
So
tell you this, Lou. So for example, right, this draft when I was doing all those fake mocks that people were doing, I had us taking Sauce at 5. I had us taking Kayvon Thibodeau at 7, and then in the second round, I got us getting a tackle. It was Lucas from Washington State. I was doing Lucas and I was doing Falele from Minnesota, right? Um, so when obviously the Jets took Sauce, but I think Sauce was probably the number one guy on the board as a positional position of value
Mhm.
over Kayvon Thibodeau. But then Kayvon Thibodeau becomes probably the best edge rusher in the class, and we get him at 5, and then we take Evan Neal at 7, and then the second round played out how it played out. I think they would have went with the cornerback from Washington if they didn't get if they had the chance to get him, and then they traded back and they got Wandale Robinson. But like I said, for me, Evan Neal was like a sure shot, but I thought positional value wise, I thought that Sauce was just the number one player in the draft, and then Kayvon Thibodeau after that. And then I would have gladly skipped out on Charles Cross, Evan Neal, and Aquanu, and got a guy like Abraham Lucas or Daniel Falele later on in the draft. I would have been fine with that. But that's like position. That's the best way I can explain that positional value thing.
But
AB
you,
in the
that
draft.
that what you said makes sense for right now. But you
Uh,
also draft for future purposes. So
Yeah,
future purposes, the Giants' offensive line has been terrible for the past 8 years, Lou?
decade
7, 8 years, or a
at least.
decade.
Yeah,
So if you project that Sauce becomes a number one corner,
uh-huh.
but Evan Neal projects to be a very number one tackle, and you already got a good left tackle. So would you rather have one corner or two bookend tackles? Because we already got Andrew Thomas. Would you
Okay,
rather
so
have the corner or two bookend tackles?
all right, so I'll answer
Because
that.
that's our situation. I'm bringing our situation to the table.
I'll answer that question. So the way this draft was, so you saying at 5, the Giants are picking at 5, and both Evan Neal and Sauce are on the board. I'm taking Sauce over Evan Neal. I think Sauce is a better player at his position than Evan Neal is at his position.
So you rather have one good corner over knowing that you can have two stud tackles on the field and nobody's getting to your quarterback on either blind side.
See, it's hard to think that way because like I said, I did a deep dive. I knew how deep the tackles were this year. It was a lot of tackles. You had your top 3, but then you also had Falele. You had what was his name again? I forgot that fast. Falele, Lucas,
Falele is terrible. Only other tackle that I knew that was going to be pretty good was that dude the Cowboys got,
Tyler
and
Smith
he
was
went in
another
the
one,
first round. And Lucas, I knew
and
Lucas was going to be pretty
Max
good. I
Max
watched him at Washington.
yeah.
Oh, oh,
Max Mitchell was another one that was further down on the list, like a fourth, fifth rounder. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man. But I was heavy. So getting back to what we talking about with the center, I was heavy on Linderbaum. But then I would also be peeking at somebody like Alec Lindstrom later on in the draft. Parham was another one. That was pretty good too. So I was like, okay, the drop off between Linderbaum and Parham is not as big as a drop off between Sauce Gardner and Booth or somebody like that, or the Kyler guy out of Washington.
I
But I
don't
mean,
think
that's
you
just
could go wrong either way, but I would
okay.
rather have the bookend tackles over the cornerback. Go ahead, Joe. I thought Joe wanted to say something again. My bad.
no.
You keep putting them on the spot.
Hey,
You just say whoa or something. I'll be like, okay, you get ready to speak, but I guess not.
Yeah, but
I'm
like I
hi.
said,
asking
it's
something
crazy.
serious.
It's crazy.
Is a
I don't.
frog that's watertight? I mean,
Hey, Joe, you from too far up north to know stuff like that, man.
yeah.
there's a
Hey,
bear shit in the woods.
now
What?
if
Now
he's a
that's
polar
going.
bear, if he's a polar bear, look how he's gonna sit that nice pillow.
But no, I absolutely know. I know it's crazy to think that.
Okay, so I know what Lou would pick in that situation. NYG, what would you pick in that situation?
Um, gee,
NYG on that
man,
mannequin.
nah, man. I have to say probably I'm gonna say the center. Um, only because I think if health
What time,
wasn't a
Wills?
concern, if health wasn't a concern with Kadarius Toney and Wan'Dale Robinson, and some of these other receivers, I think you would, because this is hypothetical. So I think if health wasn't a concern, I think receiver wouldn't be such an issue. But you want a solid offensive line. Like you want to have that position locked down, just given what the New York Giants have experienced in the last 10 years or so. So um just thinking about it a little deeper, pause. I have to say the center, actually.
But take this draft into consideration. Look at what happened this draft. The Giants had the pick of any tackle they wanted at 5, but the positional value of Kayvon Thibodeau seemed to be higher, and then they were satisfied with getting
No,
whatever
they did
tackle
that. They
was
did
left
that
after
because they
Carolina.
felt good about both tackles. I promise you. If
No,
they
no,
felt that
absolutely.
Equanu was the best tackle, they would have took
What time,
Equanu.
No,
Wills?
absolutely.
What time, Wills?
But I'm just saying we just so happened to be picking, not one after the other, but we only had one team in between us. So they were willing to take the chance at losing on maybe their top tackle because they felt comfortable with, the second guy because they knew one of those other guys was there. But it wasn't a guarantee that if they took their number one tackle at 5, that Kayvon Thibodeau would be there at 7.
Right.
So they went with Kayvon Thibodeau. So that's
I
positional
think
value
that I
right
think
there.
because Kayvon Thibodeau was just a better player. At some point, you just got to pick the best player. Like,
That too. That's a
you know what
factor.
I'm
And that's
saying?
that great. That's
Just
that gray
throwing
area.
position out of it completely.
Now
Just
here's a
pick the
question
best
to you
guy
guys.
available.
So
Go
we,
ahead.
we know we knew the Giants were high on Sauce too. So right now, if you're picking between Sauce and Kayvon Thibodeau, which one are you taking?
Kayvon Thibodeau.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Because
I think they would have
believe-
took Sauce if Sauce
Nah.
was there at 5. I think they would have took
Because you
Sauce.
got
I
Adoree
think
Jackson.
Thibodeau was I think Thibodeau was a target the whole time. But
I think so
Lou,
too.
if you want to explain exactly the reason why you would take the lineman in that situation, and you want to explain that real quick.
Yeah, I sound like a broken record again. But the reason being is if you have Andrew Thomas, right, who is right now the best left tackle in the NFL, and then you go and get Evan Neal, who's projected to be the best right tackle within a year or two, or arguably the top 3 tackles in the league within a year or two, right? So that solidifies both of your ends to protect your quarterback. Now, where we have the cause of concern is your center and your right guard. Right? No, sorry.
Left
Center
guard.
and left guard. Yeah, center
Shit,
and
right
left
guard
guard.
too. Right guard too.
But
Right.
I think Izudu will fill that spot eventually. He just needs to learn, you know what I'm saying, for the game to slow down for him a little bit. But right now, if we had a dog at center, our pass protection would be exponentially better, for one. And our run blocking, which is good right now, would be exceptional. You know what I'm saying? So that way you set the team up for sustained success for the next 6 to 8 years. When you solidify that offensive line, you think about how many times Tony Romo was in the playoffs and he was trash. I don't care what nobody say. Tony Romo was trash. But because they had the best offensive line in football for like 8 years, them boys was in the playoffs all the damn time.
They had a good running game. That's why they was in the playoffs.
Okay, and what helps
And
a
they
good
had T.O.
Wait. In order for a good running game to exist, what has to be in front of that runner?
No, you're absolutely right. You get no arguments from me.
You know what I'm saying? So a cornerback which can be good, yeah, and can get some interceptions and deflect some balls, he can't pressure the quarterback. You know what I mean? Unless it's a designed cornerback blitz, and that's you're not gonna do that all game. But your front 4 defensive linemen are the ones who are getting after him. And same thing for the offense. You can't run, you can't pass if your line does not hold up. And what we did wrong to Eli Manning was after that 2011 season, 2012 Super Bowl, people retired. Sean O'Hara, the whole 3 of the offensive linemen retired.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
All
So
of them.
the very next year, he had 3 rookies. with 2 rookies and a free agent in that spot. And from then on, this line has been trash. Eli had a lot of gas left in the tank. We just had no fucking offensive line. And instead
Right.
of fixing the problem and getting some studs at the line position, we
We
went and
went
got
positional value. Got
Odell Beckham,
Yep.
and then we did some free agency shit to get Olivier Vernon and Snacks Harrison, and we went and got some band-aids instead of putting
You
some players on the line.
We got Q.
Yeah,
This. The reason why I said they go offensive lineman because why change? Why fix when ain't broke? This franchise has never been cute at the skill positions.
nope.
The closest thing we've been acute at the skill position was Victor Cruz. That's it.
Him and OBJ.
I'm talking about before we got OBJ. I'm
Oh,
talking
okay.
about before then when we were winning Super Bowls.
Yeah. Okay.
When we were winning Super Bowls, the cutest receivers we had was Victor Cruz, and I don't call Plaxico Burress one of those diva type receivers. He was just good.
It's like Hakeem Nicks too was a tough guy.
Yeah, but he wasn't cute. You see
No,
what
no,
I'm
no. I'm saying I'm agreeing with you. He wasn't.
Man,
He was
Wales.
a tough. He was one of those tough receivers.
Good
What
night,
time is the
Wales.
fight, Wales? What time is the fight, Wales?
You have to hit him on Twitter.
And I'm going to bed too.
Nah, I
Okay,
gotta get
Bill.
off phone too because my battery's at 6%. I can't charge my phone and have this mic hooked up at the same time.
So, okay. Well, hey, tomorrow night I'll be ready for some football.
I tell you what,
Yep.
hey Joe, I pray that I sleep as well as you gonna sleep tonight because I know you gonna sleep good tonight.
Oh, I hope you do too. Yeah, all right. See ya. Oh my
All right,
God.
Joe.
Good night, Joe.
Have a good night, Joe. Have a good night, Wells.
Yeah, shout out to Wales too, man.
But we've never been cute at the receiver position, and we got away from that.
I agree with you.
Yeah, they
And
never
I think,
been. The Giants never been a cute team. Period.
right,
I mean-
we've always been trenches. That's it.
Yep,
Yeah, a grinded out team, man.
that's a fact.
And-
Because I remember. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, I was just gonna say, the fact too is that it's always been built on the offensive and defensive lines. That's why I was big on the offensive and defensive lines this season. And what did we say? You know what I'm saying? I said so, Pat, myself, G Nation too. The offensive line, the defensive line was going to carry this team. What's been carrying the team so far? It's been the running
Offensive
game,
line.
which is powered by the
Yeah,
offensive
right.
line and the offensive line at Saquon Barkley, but also the defensive line with the way they've been setting the edge and the way in the past couple of games they've been getting pressure on the quarterback.
There's
Well,
a reason.
this past game, period.
There's a reason that there's 2 phrases in football. What's going on, entertainer?
What's good, entertainer?
Entertainer, what's going on, bro?
Yeah.
There's a reason that these 2 catchphrases are heard so much in football. Football is a game of inches,
Mhm.
and football is won in the trenches.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, facts.
Without a defensive front, you can't create pressure. Without an offensive line, you have no offense. Your offense completely is based on them down 5 front linemen. Without that wall, none of your offensive schemes work.
Absolutely.
So that's why I would pick a lineman every time. Like right now, if we come out next year with a center and a guard that
That's a fact.
are the guys, we've solidified our line for the next 5 seasons.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
Now,
That's
does
true.
that mean that I'm not going to get a lineman in the next 3 drafts? Hell no, it don't. I'm still going to get linemen to have coached up, trained, and ready for when one of these guys
Yep.
get injured or
I'm
retired.
gonna have
or
starters
traded.
on my practice squad.
Yep.
But that's
And
the
that's
one
the key
thing.
thing you
straight
said
up.
though, Lou,
That's-
was coaching. Coaching
Coaching
has
and then
been the
drafting.
key. That's
Yeah.
the major difference in this team from this year than last year. Be honest. We didn't
Coach-
talent.
Coaching
It's
and
coaching.
drafting. Coaching
Yeah, but
and
also-
drafting.
You wanna
know
Because
what
we've been
nobody-
drafting poorly for a while.
You know what nobody is really mentioning in all these group chats and
I
everything?
can't wait neither, Chris.
Me either. You want
Facts.
to know what people are failing to realize? You know why we're winning games?
Put the link in the chat.
It's because Shabo and Dan got back to our roots. What did they get the first 2 picks?
Y'all gonna make me get my charger. Save my save my phone because we still talking. Let's go.
But we got back to our roots with our first 2 picks. Did we or did we not? They saw
Facts.
that we had one good left tackle, and they saw that we had one good edge rusher already.
Mm-hmm.
What have we always had? When we won those Super Bowls, we had 2 good tackles and very good to decent guards and center, and we had one hell of a edge room. What did they
Rotation of
do?
edge rushers, damn right.
Yeah, look at the rotation of the edge rushers. Our rotation of edge rushers is so good. Our rotation of edge rushers is so good right now that I'm not even worried if Ojolari plays on Sunday. Because first we got good coach and the coach up X-Man, and he looks like a totally different person. You got Jahad Ward that's playing at a high level. You got Tamon Fox coming in playing at a high level.
Yep.
Hell, Ellerson Smith ain't even back yet. They got back to our roots. We got defensive tackles galore. We got Jelly Ellis. We got Big Dex. We got Leo. We got the other Williams that's out there. That he be balling when he gets in there. DJ Davidson.
Yep.
They got back
Nick
to our
Williams.
roots, man.
Yep.
Yeah, Nick Williams. There you go. Thank you, MRG. And look, they're going to build it to where this team has 2 bookend tackles that I think both can be all pro level.
Hop on, entertainer.
Soggy Society, what's going on? Hit that like and subscribe button for us. Yeah, entertainer. If you want to hop on, I'll put the link in the chat for you. Dang, he said, entertainer, I love you. Pause. Jesus.
Oh man,
It's tough. But they're getting back to our roots. They drafted a Zulu. They drafted McKeithen. They brought a bunch of linemen. Lou made the video earlier, and like I said, I had to apologize to Lou in the beginning of the season because what he said in that video was
apologize
true.
to me.
He said, I got to be up early for work, but let me know the next time you guys are going to be on. We go on the same times every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Same time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Tomorrow
Hey,
will be on my channel at 9:30 p.m.
Yep. Oh, you doing Thursday Night Football or you doing the Big Blue Lounge?
I'm doing Thursday Night Football at the Big Blue Lounge.
Okay. But you got to think, man, they're getting back to our roots, man. That's when we were at our best, not when we had these flashy skill position players. And we always had a very good running back, and Saquon Barkley was already here, fortunately, for those guys. And that's why I know they're not going to get rid of him, because that's what they were complaining about having in Buffalo. So why would they trade what they wanted for so long now that he's already here? He just landed in their laps. So why would they trade him? That's stupid. But
you froze, Pat. Pat on that mannequin, y'all. I'm gonna hold it down till they come back. Okay.
There you go.
He came back. He had a chip.
Came back eating chips.
Shit, I
you froze. You froze while you were talking. So I said, Pat on that mannequin. I'm gonna hold it down till he come back. It's all good. All right, entertainer.
All right, thank you for tuning in, Tainer. Tommy says Leo and Dex have always dominated for years, just haven't had any coaching or play calling or players, so it went unnoticed. True, but that's my whole ordeal. Why? Yeah, he is going to play, entertainer. He's looking good. They already said his ankle feels good and he'll be playing. Yeah, he'll be playing. But that's why I feel the reason why this team is winning, because we're getting back to the trenches, man. We're getting back to our roots. And once we get back to that, it's a wrap. But that's how I feel
was
about
saying
this
earlier,
situation.
man, the beginning of the season, that I thought the offensive and defensive lines were going to be approaching the top half of the league by the end of the season. Now, we started off a little bit slow, you know what I'm saying? But as we start to get healthy and as they start to get used to the scheme, remember, Kafka and Dable are rookie head coaches.
It's
So
looking like it, Chris.
you got to
Sorry.
understand that that's the learning curve that they had to go through. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say the first 4 games is kind of like a, filling out period, pause. But that's what they got to go through, man, as coaches, man. And now as they get used to the talent, you can start to see them open up the playbook a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And start to see these young linemen get confidence. That's what this team needs. The New York Giants have lacked confidence. They've been dogged in the
Right.
media. You know what I'm saying? They've been dogged by the fan base. They even been dogged by the coaches in instances last year with Joe Judge. So, you know, you got to understand these guys need confidence, man. And shout out to you guys, man. I'm not gonna hold you. I was one of those people that was down on guys like Daniel Jones. I know a lot of people were down on Darius Slayton, down on O'Shane Zimenez, but these guys with confidence are playing a lot better. And that's what this coaching staff has brung. All you needed was to give these guys a little push, a little confidence, and say, hey, look, man, yo, you got this, homie. You got this, man. Just go out there, you know what I'm saying? Do your thing, man. Instead of harping on what they don't
way
do,
down on
what they
O'Shea.
do wrong. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro.
I was just saying I was way down on O'Shane Zimenez.
Oh, everybody was.
I was
And
too.
you
Yeah.
lying if you
Started
said you
calling
lying
him
if you said you was
O'Shane.
with him.
Yeah,
Right.
I was
He got
calling
the
him
old Shane
O'Shane.
Zimenez.
I wanted to get
You
his
was
ass
lying
off
if
the
you said
team.
you was with him.
But
Right, me
I
too.
will say this. I said it when we got these free agent linemen in here that we were still going to need to draft a center and a guard. And in all my mock drafts, if y'all go back and look, I did a lot of them. I had
Man,
a
you
center
did 50 on them.
and a guard. You know what
I
I'm
watched
saying?
them.
And a tackle and a backup guard. I had 4 linemen damn near in almost every draft because I was doing trade backs and getting multiple draft picks because I know what we needed on this team was linemen and edge rushers. And now we need a wide receiver and a center and a
Yep.
guard.
But Lou, let me ask you something,
We
Lou.
got a couple of
Um,
them. They can't stay healthy. I like
Right.
Keaton a lot.
let me just ask Lou one thing real quick, right? Isn't it better to build from the inside out than from the outside in? So
Yep.
like what you were saying just now, like now we need wide receivers and positional players, but you got your foundation now. So
Right?
doesn't that feel a
Because
lot better? You feel a
it,
lot better about the team now than you did trying to do it the Dave
it's the
Gettleman way.
most logical way to do it because
Facts.
if you have a bunch of stud wide receivers but they don't have time to run their routes because the quarterback getting killed, then it makes
Mm-hmm.
no sense to be spending all this money to keep these guys signed and you're not winning games, you're not putting asses in the seats, you're not getting ratings, you're not getting played on prime time because you're not putting enough of a fight up for it to be in the prime time slot. You see what I'm saying? It's a business. So
It is.
you're putting ass in seats, you're winning games, you get the primetime games. All of that happens when you have a strong defensive front and a solid offensive line.
Absolutely.
We had OBJ, right? And Sterling Shepard and Victor Cruz, arguably the best wide receiver core in the NFL at the time, and Eli Manning. No offensive line.
Ingram.
So
Okay.
we had Saquon Barkley, rookie of the year, and we didn't win no games. I get it.
No,
Right.
no. But what I'm saying is now you had a decent O line, right? Tom Brady, the Patriots. They in the Super Bowl. They 18-0. You put a dog of a defense in there. Tom Brady can't. The GOAT. He's the GOAT. He can't get to his receivers with the rock.
Yeah, it's a fact.
You see what I'm saying? So a defensive front and an offensive line is how you win games. That's why that phrase is so true. Football is won in the trenches. Football is a game of inches. If you can't push that pile a few inches so that your guy can find his gap or your quarterback can make his read, none of your shit that you're doing is valid.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's why I would get the offensive line straight and then go after my skill players. The little man that woke
Because
up.
you already
He's
got the
walking now. So
man.
he done walked up to me like, come on, nigga.
You might have woke up.
Yeah, he looked like he just woke up too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's about that time. Only got a few more minutes left. Little man up. He needs some attention. But
Hard part is trying to get him back down so he can go to
No,
sleep.
it
That's the
ain't.
bad
right,
part.
It's a wrap. Yeah, it's a wrap.
right. Woo, I don't miss them days.
Yeah,
But
I don't miss him at all either. My youngest is now.
Yeah, mine's is about
uh,
grown too.
man,
Mine's is
mine's
from 27
mine,
to 1.
Say
man,
what?
mine's
I have a
27 to 1.
1-year-old, and my oldest is 27.
Wow. My
Damn.
oldest is 16.
Yeah, my only one is
Yeah, I'm
14
man,
now.
Dad.
Mine's turning 18 a couple days.
Andy
I'm an old man.
Isabella needs to go to the Patriots. That's exactly who he needs to go to. That's his only hope for his career. Andy Isabella has been an absolute disappointment. And I don't know
Is
why the hell the Cardinals drafted that dude.
is C-Note the cyberpunk using a Grand Theft Auto player as his picture?
Yeah, that is. That's either or what's that one game? Saints Row.
One of them.
Hmm.
Well, he is C-Note the Cyberpunk, so
Yeah,
No, no,
living up
I
to his
was
name.
making sure my eyes weren't tricking me. So I was like,
hmm
that look like a video game right there. That don't look like a picture.
But as you can see, building your team in the trenches helps. Even when you have trash receivers, you're able to win games. Because for one, when you good up in the trenches, pause, you're able to stop teams from scoring points, and you're able to keep the ball in time possession at your disposal, so your defense gets enough chance to rest and come back on that field and do it all over again. Okay, you got a field goal this time. All right, at least you wasted some time. We're rested. Let's get their ass off the field again. Okay, you drove it down there. We got another field goal. Okay, we're still rested, and we have depth. So if somebody's hurt or if somebody needs a breather, no problem. Say
You think
less.
one of the keys of victory this week is the trenches, is winning in
Right.
the trenches and stopping the run. And if
Yeah.
we're gonna beat Green Bay, that has to happen. But now you guys, Lou, you're absolutely right. I mean, a lot of people say it, and I think the way this team is going, I do agree that that center position, if we can solidify a center and we can bring up Zudu and then again McKeithen, I was upset he got hurt. You know, I
And,
think we got a good line to go towards the future.
and a lot
They
of people
have
don't
depth.
realize. A
That's what
lot
they
of people.
have.
A lot
Yeah.
of people don't
That's
realize a good center makes your guards better. A good
that's a
center
Makes your
fact.
makes the whole
quarterback better.
offensive line better.
That's a
Makes the
fact.
quarterback better because he helps read the defenses and relays
Yeah,
back to the quarterback what he sees
yeah,
and to the
right.
rest of the line. He's the quarterback of the line. He tells the line which way to slide the protection, which way to shift, which way to crash.
True. True.
Shit, ask Peyton Manning about Jeff Saturday.
It's a fact.
When you used to
Mm.
see Jeff Saturday smack his lineman on the leg and point, that was him out of the line to block a certain way because he saw that it's going to either going to be a stunt or they're going to send this blitz or whatever. Sometimes Peyton Manning didn't even have to do it. All he had to do was say Omaha and get rid of the ball because Jeff Saturday,
And
and one of
that's
the
the
big,
key though.
you
But
want to know how cold Jeff Saturday was at his job? He's one of the only ones that told Peyton to shut the fuck up and run the ball. When Peyton
mm,
kept Audubon to a pass when they was in the red zone and didn't score, that pissed Jeff Saturday the fuck off. We got Joseph Adai back here. Run the ball.
Yeah.
Look at that clip. Got right in Peyton Manning's face and said, shut the fuck up. We need to run the ball. And they had to pull Peyton Manning back because, Peyton, he had to show that he had a little bit of nuts, even though he would have got knocked the fuck out. But that's one of the only guys that ever jumped at Peyton Manning's face and told him, dude, we know you that dude. We know you the sheriff, but run the fucking ball. We are winning in the trenches. Why are you trying to pass the ball the whole time?
yeah.
Fuck your touchdown.
I
We
gotta
need
look
to
that
get
up.
this ball in the end zone.
I gotta
Look
look
it
that
up.
one up, Pat.
He was that cold at his job. He kept out of him. And Saturday looked at him. He hiked it to him. He threw the ball, and they
Pull it
didn't
up.
score.
Pull it up.
Uh,
Pull it up.
hold on, no, because they're demonetized because it's a game. So
Now I'll look it up.
look up Jeff
Yeah,
Saturday and Peyton Manning fight.
that's what's up.
And Peyton Manning jumped at his face. You just run the calls of that play. He said, run the fucking ball. And I forgot. I think it was Tarek Glenn or wherever the right tackle was, the big black dude. I think he was the right tackle. Had to pull Peyton Manning back. But
I'm gonna look that up though. I'm definitely gonna look that up.
man, look that up. When you got a good center like that, when a center can turn around, and look at arguably what the third or fourth greatest quarterback of all time. A lot of people got him third behind Joe Montana and Tom Brady, and you can tell that dude that hey, look, run the fucking ball because I know what we're doing. These dudes are soft. We're gonna block the shit out of them, but they got a good defensive backfield. And Peyton Manning, he had to calm down. He was like, "You right, you right." Like, I know I'm right. Run the fucking ball. We're right here on the goal line.
Yeah,
What the center for the Seahawks should have did. That was some stupid shit against the
Oh,
Patriots in that Super
man.
Bowl. Anthony
Man.
Davis, hope you're healthy this year, bro, for the Lakers. He says Nick Gates could totally make a comeback. Athleticism isn't as
funny,
always
Pat.
important as technique is for O-line. If he keeps the same level of O-line play, he should take over. He should. But we have to see what that leg is looking like. But they did report that you said, man, you couldn't break this leg again if you ran over with a semi truck. He got so much metal on that leg. So
I saw that. Yeah,
That ain't good,
we'll
though.
see. I mean, I know that's not good. I don't know. See,
They done
what I
turned
worry
this
about
man
Nick
into
Gates with this team,
Wolverine. What they put adamantium on that nigga
right?
tibia?
What I'm worried about with Nick Gates is we pull our center a lot on a lot of our run plays. Is Nick Gates going to be able to make those pulls like that
I mean,
with his leg?
in all honesty, for me, because right now Nick Gates, what they got him on that 21-day tryout or whatever. I still think he gets cut and brought back on the practice squad possibly because they
Maybe
can't
so to
hold him.
save that $3 million. Maybe if
Yeah,
they find a receiver that they like.
yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. They bring him back
Yeah,
on the
I
practice
think you
squad.
make a good point, Dash.
Nah,
Because they
because
can't
even you heard
keep
if
him
you
on the
saw the interview.
roster if he's not ready to play.
Yeah, but you saw the same interview when he ended the interview. He was saying that right now he's giving them a reason to keep him around and not cut him. But I just think ultimately they're gonna cut him because they need that money first of all, and then bring him back on the practice squad and let him finish healing up, and then we'll see him in the off season.
But if they needed that money that bad, they would have cut him a long time ago and did
I
that
thought,
instead of
the
putting him
situation
on
was
IR.
injury.
I
They gotta
think
wait till
sometimes with the
right?
Giants, it's sentimental shit, kind of
Wait
like
till
what they
somebody
did
saw.
with Sterling Shepard, Blake Martinez. Even though they ended up cutting Blake Martinez, um, and Shepard got hurt again. I think sometimes with the Giants, it's just sentimental, man. This team, I think the Giants organization wants to turn around their kind of the way
Nah,
the people
you
see
gotta
them,
remember
the way they
NYG.
being viewed right
Nah, you
now.
gotta remember NYG too, man. This man had a severe injury playing the game for this company. You can't just
Hmm.
shit on that man like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Facts,
Wait
That
till he
man got
saw.
a
facts.
family. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
man, like, he hurt himself putting it all on the line for this company. You can't just shit on that man like that. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? For one, it's wrong. Two, you know what I'm saying, you leave a bad taste in your fan base and NFL fans' mouths. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So people are a lot more knowledgeable nowadays. The social media makes everything out and up front. So back in the day, they used to cover that shit up, sweep it in the rug, and these guys would go
Hmm.
die off in the corner some damn way. But now,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, they can't get away
Yeah.
with that shit as much. So they got to try to be in front of it and be proactive with PR, public relations. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly,
I
G.
think for one, it's good to be loyal to people who have put their all out there for you. For one, and then two, they got to remember that the brand that they've built as the New York Football Giants. They got to keep that shit right so they can keep making
Hmm.
money.
I
Yeah,
don't think they were. I think they had to be loyal to people like Nick Gates and Shepard, because if you would have cut Shepard, I think that would have
That would
that
have took
locker
all the
room
momentum
went.
out the locker
Yeah,
room, bro.
Locker room.
you can see
Yeah.
what Shepard means to this team. Easy
Yeah.
even when he's hurt. That dude's still out there cheering his heart, man. That dude's a giant, man. I think when he retires, I think they need to sign him as a receivers coach immediately, bro. Like
some
Hmm.
he could be a coach, just with his presence. His presence alone hypes this team up, no matter if he's
Yeah.
hurt or
He's a
on the
leader of
field.
men. He is. He's a
Right,
leader of men.
he out there with no crutches on neither.
right. So I think it's like a partially torn ACL or something like that, where he can walk on it, but he can't cut or nothing on it, or he'll destroy himself. But I think they did that to Nick Gates as well because you got to show loyalty to some players. You just can't be super cutthroat.
And
Only
that's
person
why I
that gets
think they're
away
gonna
with
bring
that.
back Jones and Barkley because of their loyalty. They want to show that, hey, look, if you do good here, we're gonna reward you. We're not gonna be the Dave Gettleman Giants where we just cut and trade everybody. And I think that's a lot of what fans have gotten used to.
Koof,
That's why you
man, thank
hear
you for tuning in.
a lot of fans going off of about this trade this player and cut this player because that's what they used to, because that's what the ownership have given them over the past few years. But now I think they've come in and they want to be more loyal, and they rather spend that money, that free agent money, on those guys in the building right now that are performing than on free agents. That's just my take. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I want to add.
Yeah, certain players have sentimental value to your team. If they trade Saquon Barkley, this team is over with. Not just from a
Right.
playing standpoint, just a locker room standpoint.
Mental.
What does that
Yeah.
say? What does that say? This dude fought back from an ACL and two injury riddle seasons and told you what he was going to do, and now he's doing it. Now all of a sudden you trade him?
He shut me up.
That shit was crazy. That shit would be crazy. I could imagine what people would feel in that locker room. Like, what the fuck? Not only he's a captain, the dude is from the Bronx. From the
Right.
Bronx. Beloved by all his teammates and coaches. And then the coaches turn around and just say, okay, we'll get rid of you for a second round pick. Go to the Bills. That face that Dash got on his face right now, that's how everybody will look in that locker room like, man, what the fuck? Huh?
Yeah, it's wild. That's wild. Now you don't do that. You don't do that.
Man,
but fellas, I'm the next one to tap out. I'm tapping.
Yeah, I'm finna go out too.
But like, you guys have a good one, man.
I was here for almost 3 hours.
Yeah, now you guys are going, man. You guys are going. But appreciate you letting me join in and all that, man. You already know.
All right, Dash. Have a good one, bro.
All right, Dash, man. Have a good one, man. Appreciate you.
But yeah, we're gonna end this real soon. But you can't do certain things like that, and it is good to have loyalty to players of the team. I think they had loyalty to Blake Martinez as well. It's just that Blake Martinez didn't agree with the playing situation. He felt that he should be on the field most of the time, and I believe they said that he was going to be subbed in and out, like the linebackers have been getting subbed in and out.
Yeah,
and he wasn't with that, so they agreed mutually to part ways.
I think they went to Slayton with the same deal, and Slayton was like, "Yeah,
Slayton was
I'll
like,
stick
okay,
around."
cool.
Right? You know
what
I'm saying,
because I believe he wants to be a Giant forever too. To be honest with you,
right? And because a lot of these players feel the new energy in this organization now, and where a lot of players want it out, you see, players willing to take pay cuts, adjust their salary, get extended, so on and so forth. Like you're seeing with Leo Williams, and I think that's just the culture because Lou makes a good point, man. It's not just about the players itself, it's also about the human aspect to it all. Like, yo, look, man, I perform for you, man. You gonna just dog me like that? You know what I'm saying? And that sends a bad message to incoming free agents. Now you're gonna get free agents that want to come play for the Giants, especially if we're a good team this year. Right. There's gonna be people beating down the door to get in here, man, to build with this culture. So yeah, man, good stuff, yo. Good stuff, y'all.
But I do appreciate the consistent 50 in the chat tonight. That is dope. Shout out to all the new people that came into the chat tonight. Shamel, better he said better not trade Barkley or DJ Wright. Hey, Anthony Davis, I wish you good health with the Lakers this year. Hopefully you don't grab your ankle after making a layup. All right, Alex, thank you for being here. I believe that too. That's why it looks so crazy. He might have partially tore his ACL on that one play where they called offensive pass interference because he did get up kind of gingerly after he ran into old dude. And man, it was like he just got shot on that play. That was crazy. But I appreciate all you guys coming in. Jairus, Jesus, Entertainer showed up tonight. And you know the Big Blue Crew always got you guys. Joe turned it in a little early. Y'all say your prayers for Joe. May he
He
get
got
back to
surgery
100%.
tomorrow
Very
or next Thursday.
next Thursday. Um, may he have a speedy recovery again, and he's gonna come back stronger and funnier than ever. But NYG, appreciate you hanging with us tonight. Kareem Wilson, thank you for tuning in right before we
Nah,
leave.
bro.
Go ahead, Lou.
Oh no, I wasn't saying that.
Oh, but y'all got any last thoughts before we get up out of here tonight?
Yeah, subscribe to G Nation Inside Sports. Giants going 11-6. The T-shirts are coming this week. Just got confirmation today. So make sure you subscribe to Classified 3F for Joe. Unpopular Opinion Sports. My boy Big Pat Sports Talk. Jay Lay, the whole Big Blue Crew, Coach Ed, Big Dash, Mac the Giants fan, Miz. You know, y'all know what it is, man.
I ain't heard from Jay Lay in a minute. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, Jay been kind of quiet. He dropped a video, I think, about a week ago. It's about last I heard from him.
Yeah, I gotta hit him on Twitter. I ain't heard from Jay Lay in a minute. But appreciate all you guys for tuning in. Christopher Tony, let's go. Big Blue beat the Packers. You damn right. 40 luck was good. But until the next episode, fellas, gents, ladies, whatever you call yourself, peace.